16. Life is sweet.
Guys, gals, and non-binary pals, welcome to War of the Shattered Sun, episode 49. I am your humble Dumble Master, the one and only pudding patient known as Farting Tart, and I'm joined by my lovely cast of intrepid adventurers. We have CG, Joe Mojo, who will be here in a little bit, Wolfstalker 16, JFrost 747, and Wicked River 97. Say hello, friends.
Hello, friends.
I thought nobody was going to say it. I was about to fight someone.
At this point, I'm pretty sure Haza would slap me if I don't follow up on that joke.
I mean, somebody gotta do it.
Somebody gotta do it. Yes, we do have Joe, but Joe had a little thing that came up like right as we were beginning, so he had to step away. He should be here in just a couple minutes. And unfortunately, we are still missing Pumpkin Schmuck. Schmuck still dealing with the mental fuckies, and Punk had a bit of a last minute thing kind of come up today that kind of fucked up her whole day, so she is not going to be joining us. That being said, I believe Joe is back. Hello, Joe.
Hi. I just got back from dropping something off.
Yeah. Do you want to do your test roll?
Sure. How's it been so far? Oh, over the board. Okay.
Yeah.
Natural 20.
Ooh. All right.
I'm rolling.
You guys are gonna
tonight.
There goes the only nat 20s of the night.
You all
You
have
Joe.
burned them, and they will never show up again.
So
You got
this is the night the party loses their tank.
I mean, you're right there.
Rolling a dice.
Again, Joe, look
Okay.
at the roll.
Oof.
Well.
Yeah.
Let me go ahead and find some music, and then we can get started, shall we?
Muzak.
Let's go with this one. If it wants to.
God, this is weird that I can have now the stream up and look on another screen now.
I know, but
It's
last time, after amassing your forces and preparing yourselves, you all marched on the city of Dry Hollow in an attempt to retake the city under the rule of the Shattered Sun Orcs, alongside one of Skull's Hell Raiders, Toru, the Pack. Your new friend, Captain Lily Chambers, helped escort you all into the underground tunnels, allowing you all to infiltrate the city undetected, as Cassius mounted a full-scale attack on the city. You all encountered Toru, who had been joined by Nin, who attempted to explain their position to you all, stating that they were making necessary sacrifices for a better future. Despite this, combat ensued. You all brought down Toru and his pack, and made quite the display for the rest of the city in the form of a giant ape. You all obtained the Eye of Odim, one of the artifacts you had been seeking, which was unfortunately taken from you after Nin surprised you all with a cast of the invisibility spell. She managed to escape from your sight, but you all were victorious. You all have retaken the city and even revived Toru in an attempt to interrogate him. We pick up where we left off. What would you all like to do? You guys are currently still inside. I say you're inside. You are leaving the manor.
Foot would immediately try to find Cassius.
Okay.
Speaking of which, Ravon would also like to hand off that horn to Flit.
Okay.
So, just keeping items separated from Toru.
Yeah.
Alright, sounds good.
Pass.
I'd like to identify it.
Okay.
Yeah!
You lick the horn. This horn, oddly enough, doesn't seem magical. Which is very odd, considering that you definitely saw, like, shit happening when he blew into it.
Can I tell if that's like a spellcasting focus?
I would say you would have to make an Arcana check. I'll say through Flit's Identify, you can get advantage.
Ah, sweet.
Hey, that's pretty good.
18 across the board.
18. I will say, Flit, you would pick this up from the Identify. It does seem, and Corvin, you get this as well because of your high check. It does seem to be a spell casting focus of some kind. It's not inherently magical, but you can tell that it's been used for a lot of magical means. So it being a focus of some sort makes sense.
Would anyone be able to tell if, say, it needs to be used in tandem with the Eye of Odim?
I would say that is another Arcana check.
May I?
Go for it. You have no fucking
Two.
idea.
That's a no.
Oof.
No clue.
So, Corbin's gonna look at Flit doing the identify, who's identifying, and just kind of, like, once she's done, takes the horn and just puts it in the bag of holding.
Flit will look at you, and then immediately take back the horn. I mean, I've got the bag of holding right now. Stuffs it.
I was about to say, I thought Flit had the bag of holding.
I thought she did too.
The bag.
Listen, we have to keep. If that's a spell, if that's how he summoned all those animals, then we have to keep it as far away from him as possible.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Alright, so I believe the next thing you guys wanted to do was hunt down Cassius, yes?
That's what I wanted to do.
That's what Phil wants to do. What about the rest of you?
Yeah, it seems like the most logical next step.
Yeah.
Yep.
Probably also find some more bindings just to put some tie-offs and make sure Toru here in his unconscious glory doesn't go squirming out.
Okay.
I mean,
Go ahead and give me a group investigation check.
Oh boy, investigation.
7.
7,
14.
14,
18.
18.
11. Actually, 13. My apologies.
You good?
11.
11. Okay.
On
Through
this
your
end.
combined forces, it takes a little bit of time as you don't really know where the fuck he is. So it takes about 20 minutes to track him down. Throughout that time, Toru is just out cold, fucking just knocked the fuck out. Honestly, despite the fact that you all cast Revivify on him, it's kind of a miracle that he's alive, considering how badly his armor has like sunk into his body. You can see the skin from like the cast of the Revivify spell. The skin has like reformed into these weird like craters up like on the top layer of his skin where the armor had sunk into his like shoulders like deeply, like down to like the chest cavity.
Ooh.
You can see that the bones in those spots too have like become malformed and not broken. They seem to be intact, but just very awkwardly bent. You guys have essentially turned this motherfucker into the Hunchback of Notre Dame. But he is napping peacefully. It takes you guys about 20 to 30 minutes to track down Cassius. As you're kind of moving through the streets, you see guards or soldiers beginning to like kind of gather themselves back up, beginning to heal their wounded, helping people up off the ground. You can see occasionally they'll find, you'll see like a civilian being escorted out of their homes. Seems like people who have been hiding out ever since shit went down, and they all look malnourished, dehydrated, but alive. You guys eventually find Cassius, who is talking with a couple of his soldiers, as well as Mirrodin. And you all would be able to hear him. He's talking to Mirrodin. He goes, "All right, let's go ahead and start gathering the dead. ours and I guess the enemies, and we can figure out what to do from there. And his back is to you all. You see Mirrodin kind of looks over his shoulder and sees you all and kind of taps Cassius like on the chest and points to you all. And Cassius turns around, he sees you all, and then he kind of opens his arms out wide in like this grandiose gesture. Ah, there you all are. I told you to put on quite the display, but I had no idea what to expect. But you certainly fucking did it, didn't you?
Mostly. It looks a little down.
Mostly.
Looking very angrily.
Same.
We were able to capture Toru alive, but
Alive?
Min escaped.
Oh, well, after casting Revivify on Toru.
Yes, this one is, and he's kind of like wiggling him a little bit while he's on Ravon's shoulder.
He kind of looks
he's-
over and looks to Toru and sees like the condition he's in and goes, "Oh, well, messed him up, didn't you?"
Yeah, that's my fault. I didn't mean to kill him.
Oh, don't worry about it. And then you watch as he goes up and he just kicks him across the jaw. No harm done.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, that's very
And-
fair.
Toru is already like knocked out, but you can see like one of his tusks like chips, and like the top like third of it just completely breaks off.
Picking that up.
Okay, you pick up a piece of the tusk. So Nin escaped, but frankly, and he kind of looks around. She can't have gotten too far. There's a chance she's still in the city. I can have my men looking out for her. And if she did make it out of the city, we can still track her down. We know how to find her.
Well, that's the thing. She does possess the eye.
You can see his posture kind of hardens and his expression deepens a bit. But he doesn't seem to lose his composure, and he goes, I figured that would be a possible scenario, but it could be worse.
However, you said you didn't know what the eye did, right?
No, and I doubt she knows what it does either.
Looks to the group and says, "You want to tell him?"
So, sorry.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
So, what I couldn't convey to you earlier today, it appears as though when it was in possession of Toru, he could see us even when we were stealthing, despite me barely seeing Sarah and I want to say Lily.
Sarah was literally running opposite direction, behind solid walls.
He sort of strokes his chin a bit. I mean, it is called the eye. It probably provides some form of advanced sight. Frankly, I'm not surprised, but I guess you could say, and he kicks him again kind of in the stomach, he didn't see it coming. Man, that would be really good if he was awake for that.
Hold on, I can fix that.
No. Let's wait until he's secured.
Oh, yes, right. And you see he pulls out another one of the iron balls of binding, and he just chucks it at him, and the bands wrap all the way around Toru, and he kind of flops to the ground.
Do
Okay,
do
now.
do 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 do.
Pretty much.
Okay, now you can wake him up.
Okay. Headbutts him.
Wait.
Oh, go ahead.
This might be my my paranoia talking, but I know I have a spell that lets me just kind of teleport to anywhere I can see. Could we take him to a place where he can't see a lot of things?
We could also blindfold him.
Could do that. But, yes, we can take him to a more secure facility. Chances are the prison is now open. And he kind of calls over a couple of his guards, and he goes, make sure our guest of honor finds himself a nice cozy cell, until we show up. And they kind of pick him up. He's still out cold, and they kind of begin just dragging him through the mud by his by the parts that they kind of have to like pick him up. I say they drag him. They kind of actually had to like pick him up and like haul him over their shoulders to be able to lift him because of the iron bands. There's not a great place to grab, so they kind of gotta carry him like a big case. We can deal with that in a little bit. Anything else you need to tell me? Anything else to report?
Go ahead. Sarah?
Oh, sorry, I thought you were saying go ahead to someone else. And the dog started going insane. Hold on.
Yes, thank you, Raven. Thank you.
Raven barking.
Orc.
That is the sound of Raven returning to Sarah.
Hababa.
And being excited.
Hababadaba.
Habatadapa. That is good wisdom. This actually gives me a chance to sneeze.
Gesundheit.
I don't know how anyone could hold their sneeze.
It's painful.
I guess I can't sneeze. Well, I wasn't holding my sneeze. I was talking and then I was like, I have to sneeze. And then I didn't. So,
Well,
pain.
dogs were still going nuts, but they're a little quieter now. The other thing about Ning getting away, she was able to turn invisible, and she is fast.
The fast part I knew. Invisibility part I did not. Perhaps she was hiding some inherently magical abilities that none of us knew about. Clever.
Actually. Oh, go ahead.
Corbin is just going to be kind of just sitting in the corner, just whispering under his breath, full fucking feet. That's all it was, just full fucking feet. He's just kind of mumbling and Sylvan.
Pats Corvin, even though he can't understand a lick of what he's saying.
Foot walks over and actually pats Corvin, completely understanding what he says.
The duality. Actually, that reminds me. Cassius.
Yes.
It kind of looks to Flitten just to see if he's gonna get this right. When Nin fled, she went into the manor, correct?
I believe she left the manor and made it out to the streets.
Wait,
All
yes. You chased her, or you attempted to chase her out into the streets, but quickly was overwhelmed by the amount of people running through the streets, and just with the very high amounts of speed she had, it was a losing race.
There's no other hidden passageways, is there? Besides the one?
He begins thinking for a moment. He goes, well, Captain Chambers did tell us about the giant's pit that we have yet to explore.
I wanted to ask about that. I wanted to see if you guys had explored it at all, because it sounded like, well, Nin told us why she joined up with the Hellfire Assembly, and tried to convince us to get on her side by doing so. She mentioned that she wanted to tap into the power of the Umberwood and kind of like distribute it to everyone if we could, but that also meant uprooting the tree and being really not nice to it. And I don't know, I kind of got concerned for the tree and what they might be doing.
He kind of crosses his arms. I almost pity her. Her heart was in the right place, but she went way too far.
I mean, I felt offended. Now I'm not even tied to any kind of nature-based anything.
No,
Like,
that's one That's one thing I noticed about these guys, especially all the people that they've been recruiting. They really like to prey on people's emotions.
Well, except Amnon.
You can see Cassius kind of shudders at the mention of that name. Ugh. Can't believe that bastard got the best of me. But, regarding the pit, Captain Chambers, you mentioned that the orcs were constantly moving in and out of it, yes?
Yes, sir.
And chances are there's a good chance that Nin retreated into it when the orcs did. Many of them fled back into the pit when things started going wrong for them. So, we have yet to explore it, but we are currently massing a small force to go and explore it. Or at least see what we can learn. You all may need to join me for that.
Oh, Foot got kind of an odd look on her face. I'll be at the front of the line for that.
For now, though, you all look very tired. Rest for a little bit, and then when you all are ready, we could interrogate Toru or go underground, whichever you wish. But right now, I'm going to go home and see if I can find you all a reward for your tremendous service. Assuming they haven't completely raided the place. But my manor has many secrets, and I doubt they found all of them.
Please tell me
I
it
don't-
has food.
I don't know about completely raided, but it was a pretty big mess.
Yeah, that's what I expected. As for food, they probably took all of it, but I might have something better. So, you all rest for a little bit, and I will be right back. And he begins walking up towards his manor.
Hey, Tar.
Yes.
Question for ya.
Okay.
Corbin is gonna kind of walk, like, nonchalantly, like, right behind Cassius real quick. And, see, what... I know he speaks one language. And in Primordial, he's gonna ask, kind of an extra special reward. Do you know of anybody, god, or any kind of, I guess you could say, built individual that would fit, Lily over there's tastes?
Give me 1 second. I am checking. I'm trying to find a sheet so I can check his languages.
I could have sworn he spoke Primordial.
I think he does. I'm just confirming. Yeah. So
I remember... Sorry, go ahead.
no, you're good. So he hears that question, and he turns back to you, and with a bit of curious look, he goes, "Her taste."
Big, buff women, just anybody at this point, because I got a reputation to keep up with.
I fucking knew it. He begins thinking for a few minutes, or for a few moments. Give me a bit more time to think, and I may have something.
Excellent. Just send them to wherever that we're staying in for the night.
He
He's
kind of
just kinda
gives like that knowing, knowing smug look. Make an insight check for me.
Oh. Corbin's rubbing his grubby little hands together right now.
Smithers.
5.
5. Even with that low of a check, you get the impression he's done something like this before.
Excellent.
I was gonna say, could I make like a perception to see if I hear my name? Because I'm presuming they're talking loud enough for me to hear, but I don't understand them, but I could probably hear my name.
I'm going to say yes, but with disadvantage, as they are a bit of distance away from you.
18.
18.
Oh,
You
fuck.
did
Damn.
hear your name, but that was, well, that is actually a good point. I'll say you hear your name, but the rest of it, unless you speak primordial, you couldn't make out.
Oh yeah, no, I could not make out the rest of it, but I can hear my name.
You do hear your name. Or what you can at least assume is your name.
All you see is Lily's eyebrow raise a bit when she hears your name.
Alright, so he continues going on. At this point, you all get the benefit of a short rest. So if you want to go ahead and roll your hit die and whatever, go ahead.
How many hit die can we roll?
As many as you have.
I'm gonna roll 4 of them.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Ooh, good rolls from Flint.
I'm rolling
Very good
4.
roll.
God damn!
Damn.
I needed that.
Rolling 4 on me.
Flint
so.
just got like 40-something hit points.
I'm also gonna do 4.
Alright, so...
Nobody came out that fight unscathed, so I assume everyone needs to roll at least a bit. You know who actually does need a roll? Corey.
2...
I was gonna do that if that was okay.
Yeah, that's
Wow, 3...
I was pulling up her sheet, but yeah, I'll let you do that if you want to do it.
8, 8, 5, 11, so 8, 8, 16,
Yikes.
plus 5,
I rolled
21.
like ass. Heaven and hell on my die.
Yeah, I was about to say you rolled really high and really low.
31.
Corey did pretty good too.
Corey did do pretty well, yeah.
I did pretty good.
Yeah.
And 9, 8. Oh, that's a perfect.
And then of course some of you get the get some of the things you burn back. So I believe Lily gets her action surge and second wind back, etc., etc. You guys,
Short rest.
you guys are gonna be alone, kind of resting for about probably anywhere from half an hour to an hour. So if you want to do anything or talk to anyone, either in your group or maybe go and find someone, now is the time to do so.
Thinking.
Really thinking.
I can't find when I get my shifting feature back.
I will, let me look it up.
Speaking of which,
Wait,
short
what
rest-
did I get back? I didn't hear.
I think
your
as a
stuff.
fighter, you get your action surge and second wind back on short rests.
As well as superiority die.
Yes. Shifter says once you shift, you can't do so again until you finish a short or long rest. So you have your shift ability back.
Okay,
That reminds me.
that's good to know. Thank you.
Quick question.
Okay. Quick answer.
How many spell slots do you regain on a short rest?
None unless you are a warlock.
Really?
Oh,
Wow.
Yep.
Warlock.
Yep.
Wizard.
Warlocks get all their spell slots back on a short rest, but they are the only class that does so.
They're the only class who inherently get it. Wizards get it as well with their arcane recovery, but
Yes.
that's only a certain amount.
That is
Yeah.
an ability that recharges much like second wind.
Huh. I have to go back and rethink on certain warlocks.
Oh yeah, warlocks are... The problem with that, though, for warlocks is that they can only cast their spells at their highest level.
And they
Yeah,
have
but-
very, very few spell slots.
Exactly. So, is there anything that anyone would like to do?
I already did my thing.
Not that I can think of.
I can't think of anything either.
If no one can think of it, anything,
I
no
had-
big deal.
I had something.
Okay. What would you like to do?
I wanted to talk to, I guess, the group in general on this one. Hey guys. I got a kind of a weird feeling. I don't know what it is exactly. It's kind of like sadness, but directed at myself.
Yeah.
Shame?
Is it shame or gas?
Flit's gonna look at Ravon, just
He's being dead
the
serious.
closest to angrily.
What? Oh. I opened mouth again, didn't I?
I don't know, I'm just... When we captured Nin the first time, we let her go, and my instinct told me that she might get away. So I sent Toshi, but she got away anyways. And then we were chasing her, and I had an opportunity to get her, but I had to get back to save Kore. And I think I made the right decision, but now she has the Eye of Odim because I couldn't stop her, and she got it off of me. I couldn't chase her down.
It's okay, but none of us knew she had the ability to go invisible, or honestly, I don't think any of us even knew how fast she was. It's not your fault.
Agreed.
I mean, I'm kind of in the same boat. I could have. I wasn't in range to stop her from disappearing. I could have. I really could have, but I, for some reason, just stood on the branch.
This way I can hit save. And Robon's gonna kind of squat next to Flit. And like put like a hand on the shoulder, just be like, you did as best as you could. There were factors we did not think about, and situations called for different actions. As far as I am concerned, you've made the correct decision. And besides, next time, we do not go to capture.
No,
We go to kill.
exactly. We will destroy her for humiliating us like this.
See? Mother brings us all together.
Wouldn't
And
say
cut-
murder. I wouldn't say murder. This is the second time I've been humiliated in such a way, and I am not letting her get away with it like somebody else did. Actually, no, third time. He's just like kind of looking at his hands at this point, like looking very pissed.
Fucking counting to himself.
Can Ravon just bring everyone in for a forced group hug? The mandatory HR hug.
Can I roll a dexterity save or something to get out?
Athletics check on the hug. If anyone wants to not be in the hug, either oppose athletics or oppose acrobatics.
No, I propose someone has to pick me up and to be in the middle of the hug.
That will be included in his athletics check.
17.
12.
Okay. Bringing it all in. Let me roll. I'm just gonna do a normal and not blow the channel. Divinity.
Yeah,
26!
You're all in there.
Come here, brother!
You big lummox!
I rolled with disadvantage, but hey, it's 15.
He's easily able to pick you up, Lily.
Of course.
It is okay, friends.
But
A
none
melee
of
just
you are
comes for the crushing hug.
None of you are escaping that hug.
It is okay.
My spine!
Shh. Just feel the warmth come over you.
As this hug is going on, you all hear a voice coming down towards you all. Well, looks like you're all having fun. And you see Cassius wandering down the road with a couple items in hand. I have a few things for you that I think you all would like and can definitely make use of. You see in one hand he has these what look like shoes of this green fabric with like this like little bit of lace on it. I think you could probably make the best of these, but it is up to you all. And he hands them to Sarah. These are boots of Elvenkind, folks.
Yes!
Ooh, okay, just picking up everybody and like walking over to Cassius.
And then,
Before, as he's doing that, I'd like to use, because at this point, fuck it, why not? Use the face-up spring ability to teleport Rovan next to Cassius.
Coming out of hyperspace.
Because at this point, Corvin's done.
he looks
Sure.
to you all and he goes, again, these items, any of you can use them, do with them as well, but I do think they will come in handy. For you, Flit, I heard about you having that special ring to avoid scrying magic. I found this that I think will be a bit more helpful for you, as it will allow you to use your divinity magic. And he hands you this kind of like silver necklace with like the pendant in the middle. It looks like a copper. At the top of it, there is a symbol, and then under that symbol, there is what appears to be a closed eye. This is an amulet of proof against detection and location. With this,
Ooh.
you are hidden from divination magic. You cannot be targeted by spells by such magic or perceived through magical scrying sensors. So it's essentially the same thing that the ring does, except it doesn't prevent everyone within range or within 60 feet of using divinity magic as well.
Flit will, if no one has any objections, Flit will gladly take that.
It does require attunement, and I shouldn't have closed the page like I just did. I will have you all know I did actually roll up these items. But it
What,
actually,
really?
Yeah, I actually did roll these up. It was incredibly convenient getting that. I was like, oh, alright, shit, fair enough. And the last thing he hands you looks like this long, coiled lock of what looks like golden hair. And he hands it to you all. This, I think, is something you all will get a lot of use of, as you will no longer need to carry around all these big coils of rope you all have. This is an endless rope. This rope has the ability to extend up to 500 feet.
I thought you said endless.
Endless up to 500 feet.
Shh, don't question it.
I can take it back!
Especially with how many uses this thing has.
You mean infinite?
Exactly.
Yeah. This essentially makes it so you guys don't need to carry your own rope anymore. You just have this.
The only issue I can see with it is if we have to tie up multiple people that we don't want close together.
Chop, chop, chop.
Oh, I lied. It is not a big coil. It is a 3-inch strand of woven hair in its default state.
So it's just kind of like, it's more like a tape measure that you just pull out as much rope as you want, and
Pretty
then it goes
much.
back to being 3 inches.
Yeah, pretty much. I figure you all could make good use of those. They thankfully did not find the secret armory, so I was able to grab those for you all. I hope you like them.
Wait, do you have the secret armory?
He kind of just gives you a wink.
Looks immediately to Corvin. See, I told you.
What?
This is why we need to invest.
I never said that was a bad idea. I told you that mine's not going to look. From what you said, my side's not going to look terribly great.
Oh, come now.
I literally just have the sword.
So, I believe now would be a good time to go and speak with our dear friend, our special guest. But if you all wish to go explore the underground first, we can do that. The choice is yours.
Personally, I highly doubt he would escape, but I think we should go talk to him first.
It'd be good to know what we're actually walking into.
Yeah, the whole sounds like a thing we do tomorrow.
I think
know.
so too.
I don't know. I think we should go in there as soon as possible.
I don't like the idea of leaving that pit open for a whole day, risking a counterattack.
Plus, if Nin retreated to there, and it's like closed off, like they're going somewhere, something's up. Like it's not an escape route, so why would she take the eye down there?
He kind of waves like a finger at you, like a good point.
Above game, that was the direction that she was heading?
You guys are unsure.
Okay.
We have no time to lose.
It's still a big what if, though, and also we don't know what's down there, what's possibly going to come up. I mean, I'm doing well on what I can do, but not terribly great.
I'm still pretty good. And I will let you guys know that Corey is also doing pretty good.
Cassius kind of cracks his neck. I could still go a few rounds.
Alright.
Then let us go.
Okay, so just so I'm clarifying, you guys are wanting to do the underground first, yes?
Yeah.
That's what majority sounds like.
Here,
I would want to.
go ahead.
I would want to do that as soon as possible. A, to catch up with Nin, and B, I'm pretty sure Toru will keep.
Okay, let's do a vote, just so I can make sure everyone's on the same page. If you would like to do the underground first, say aye.
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 I have 2. So I assume that the rest of you want to interrogate Toru first.
Yeah.
I would much prefer to.
We'd get a little, at least, information on what is down there.
Yep.
That's what I think would make the most sense, and I, depending on how it goes, I don't think it will take long.
Corey gets a vote as well. I'm gonna roll for Corey's vote, as Punk is not here. High, Punk, or high, Corey. I'll actually roll it on the table as well, so you all can see it. High, Corey will vote for the underground. Low, well, I guess. No, because it's more fitting for the underground to be low, because, reasons. But low, Corey will vote for the underground. High, Corey will vote for Toru. Okay, so Corey also votes to interrogate Toru. So that's 4-2.
Works for me.
Okay. Cassius is going to join you all. He escorts you all over to what was the prison here in Dry Hollow. And you can see as you walk through these buildings, or as you walk through the streets, many of the buildings are destroyed, either partially or some almost completely. There's plenty of rubble in the streets, not only from the fight from when you all were here weeks, even months ago, but from the fight today. It's a very different sight from when you guys first arrive into this once beautiful city. You all move over to the prison, and you can see that it's kind of in the same state as everything else. Up near the roof on one of the corners of the building, there's just this giant hole in the ceiling that you can see light pouring into the building inside. But he escorts you all in, and the soldiers, there's a rather significant number of soldiers in there. It seems like Cassius put a rather significant guard detail on Toru. but there's probably upwards of maybe 20 guards that you guys can see right now. And they kind of all escort you over. And as you're walking down the hall, you don't hear Toru, which is, in a way, kind of ominous. But you all eventually come to a cell, kind of in the middle of one of the halls, in the middle of one of the prison blocks. And he's just sitting there in his bands. He's awake, just in the middle of the floor. He kind of sees you all, and he doesn't snarl, but he like grimaces.
Oh, what's the matter? Now that you lost your pets, you're all mad?
He says nothing.
Oh, I do prefer the strong silent types. Listen, we have a few questions for you, more or less pertaining to the giant hole in the middle of the city. Now, my friend over here, I just point towards Ravon, just inching for a way to just reclaim your life. Do me a favor, if you want to keep it, you'll tell me what I want to know.
Make his persuasion check.
26.
Okay. He kind of looks at you and he looks at Ravon. And before, when he wasn't really saying anything, he kind of spits a bit, and you can see where he spits on the floor. There's a bit of blood mixed in, and he goes, "I ain't telling you nothing. You can kill me, but that means you'll get nothing."
See, that's the thing, though. Do you know how well off these people are? We could kill you, and then bring you back, and then kill you again. Just an endless cycle.
Roll me an insight check.
May I as well?
Go for it.
Can I?
Anyone who wants to.
Oh boy, insight.
21.
21.
20. Well,
Not 20.
6.
Everyone except Lily. You see, as Corvin says that, you can see his face slightly twitches. With the nat 20, you can tell he don't like that idea, but he's maintaining his stance.
Alright. Yeah. I think I can start off with something. Pulls out Bane Maw. And he's going to kind of let the axe, as he lifts it up, start dripping with the acid. You're familiar with what acid does to the body?
You see he, like, moves his body, but he kind of looks down at the bands again. He doesn't seem to be in a panic. He seems to just kind of look down like, oh shit.
Open his mouth. I want his tongue.
Does anyone move to open his mouth?
You know what? I will.
Okay. Make me a opposed athletics check.
Wow!
19.
I need to check his sheet real quick. I don't think he beat you, but I need to make sure.
Would he not do good due to the fact that he's bound?
You know what? That's a good point. He would have disadvantage. Well, I still need to check because that is almost the same number. You know what? Considering that this is torture, I should probably change the music to something a bit more not so
I
peaceful.
wouldn't call it torture, just aggressive negotiations.
Yeah, it's fine. Whatever. Not what I meant to pick, but it'll do. I opened up the same fucking page. Hold on. Where the hell are you? There it is. Okay. Cool. So, it takes you a bit of effort as he, despite his condition and his current status, it takes a bit of effort, but you are able to get his mouth open.
Alrighty. Now, Toru. I'm not much for cleanliness. But I can tell you right now, this will hurt and leave quite a mess. You see, I don't understand the word you're saying, but we'll get to that in just a bit. Now you see, these axe here, I could chop off the tongue. But where is fun in that? Better to maybe just... Hey, Robot kind of brings the axe a little closer to the now open mouth. Let the acid just drip in.
Gonna make a check real quick. Okay. That's all you get from him.
I'm sorry. Blink once for if you understand. Blink twice if you don't understand.
Check real quick. Okay. Sarah, your grip loosens for just a second with him. What you assume is laughing, and then all of a sudden he bites down on your hand. You take 3 points of piercing damage.
Is there any chance I could use a reaction and clock him in the head?
I wouldn't call it a reaction, but sure. Make an attack roll. With advantage, because he's not really doing anything to avoid it.
$22.
You clock him in the head, and he sort of spits onto the floor again. More blood than the first time.
I assume it's safe to say I lost my grip on him.
Yes. He kind of looks up at you, Rovan, and he goes, "Is that the best you can do?"
No.
Good.
But let's get started. And
I got nothing to do today.
with that, Ravon is going to actually yank on the ear, his left ear. He's gonna hold the axe, right, the bottom tip of it, right over the ear, and let the acid start dripping on there.
Okay. You drip a couple drops of the acid on his ear, and he kind of grits his teeth a bit as it sizzles onto his ear. But unlike a normal person, where the acid would more than likely go straight through, it kind of burns it a bit. It sizzles, and then fades away.
Tucker, this guy's an orc, right?
Yes.
Okay. Sarah will say in Orcish, I suggest you start cooperating, or you're going to be in for a world of hurt. And I'd like to roll for intimidation.
Go for it.
While that's going on, can I roll insight on something?
Sure. What would you like to insight?
I want to see if he's currently in pain.
Okay, go for it. Oh, good roll, Toru. So, what was your
Damn.
intimidation check?
Flat 20.
Flat 20. He, back in Orcish, goes, "You're gonna have to do better than that, pup. You don't scare me. None of you do." With a check of 10, he seems to be in pain, at least to some degree.
Flit would like to just kind of motion to Corvin. Have him bend down a little bit,
He kind of just kneels over.
and she's gonna whisper into his ear. And Sylvan, I don't think pain's gonna be the one what's going to loosen him, get him to talk. He's probably in more pain right now from the acid from earlier than anything Rovon can really do.
Cassius kind of interjects into what you two are saying, and in Sylvan he also says, "Yes, I don't think battering him is going to get us anywhere. Perhaps if we sweeten the pot, I believe is the saying."
I have a counter idea to that. He says also in Sylvan. Cassius, do you have anyone who can probe someone's mind?
May I ask quickly, is it okay if I roll insight on what Toru told me so I can see if he's bluffing?
Sure, go for it.
Okay, thank you.
Cassius kind of looks around and he goes, "I did."
Ooh.
Then I have
19.
another. I had one other idea then.
Real
And
quick
he's
before
gonna
we get to that. With a 19, he doesn't seem to be bluffing. He seems to have no genuine fear of you guys. Even,
Okay, thank you.
despite how ganged up he is at this moment, he doesn't seem afraid.
It sounds like he's willing to die for this. Corbin's gonna look towards Ravon. Ravon, darling. Tell me, do you have that one thing that you do to command others?
The command spell?
Yes, that one.
Yes, I still have it.
Maybe forcing him to tell us by simply answering my question. This adult is not afraid of us whatsoever, but I highly doubt he can resist.
Ravon thinks on it. Kind of nods his head and goes, "Alright." Also, I also have some fun ideas that I want to pull afterwards.
Yeah, unfortunately, Payne's not doing anything at all. And
Who
he's
said
kind of
anything about pain? That's just an added effect in.
fair enough. So Tart, would you allow that? Because I know it's not on. I know answering is not on the set command list.
Yes, I would allow this.
Okay.
Provided
would
he fails the save,
Mm-hmm.
I'll say if you do command answer after asking him a question, if he fails the save, I'll say he would have to answer it.
Okay. I just wanted to double check.
Let me add a small bit to that. Probably command answer truthfully, because if you
The
simply
command
say,
spell only lets you utter one word.
well, crap.
Otherwise, I would agree with you.
I've only got 2 shots with magic right now.
Maybe it'd probably be a good idea to hold off then.
All right.
It's up to you.
I have an idea.
I have an idea.
Whales! I could turn into that later.
Damn.
Oh.
So Foot's gonna just kind of come up and just tap Ravana on the shoulder. Just
Yes.
motion for him to step back a little bit. Just tag, basically.
Mhm.
Immediately goes for the tag team tag slap.
So,
And
Ravon,
just-
as Flit sort of tags you out and you let go of his ear, Tori sort of jerks his head kind of off to the side, sort of shakes around a bit.
Right before I walk away, Ravon's gonna. I mean, I know you're not proficient, but Ravon will hand over the axe to Flit.
Flit will absolutely refuse.
Flit can't use it.
Not
Also,
even
even if I could, I would refuse it.
It's metal.
Oh, that's right, druids.
Yeah.
Kind of just shrugs and goes, okay. I'm missing out on a lot of friends, though.
Flit's going to look at Toru a little bit.
Kind of squints his eyes as you walk up.
You know, Nin believed that the tree could help people. That was her driving goal. Is it something that you believe in as well?
Make a persuasion check.
Ooh!
Oh boy, here I go persuading again.
Did you see
Oh!
the epic spin on that dice?
Yes.
I saw Beyblade with that nat 20 right there.
Fucking rip.
Let's see what he rolls. Ooh, okay.
Bum, 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 bum.
He looks at you and he goes,
Huh.
that kobold couldn't fucking understand what we were trying to do here. Her and I never go along. Frankly, if you killed her, well, that just means all the better for me. One less loose end.
Well, she can understand. Do you think I could?
He sort of takes a deep breath. There's something within that tree. She wanted to use the tree itself, but I don't think she knows what's inside it. I don't either. Frankly, I'd love to figure out what's in that tree, but I couldn't figure it out. She tried, admittedly, but, well, the plant's gotta be ruined. Ours both dead.
She wanted to uproot the tree, find something to do with it,
She did.
and you wanted to get inside it.
Oh, I did.
Is that something that you wanted to do? Or is that something that you were asked to do?
Make another persuasion check.
May I, sis?
I'll say yes.
12.
12? Okay. It's something I was ordered to do. Don't know why. Was just told to. And nobody disobeys Skull's orders.
Can I insight that?
Go for it.
May I as well?
Yeah, anyone who wants to.
Okay.
15.
21.
21, 18,
18.
A lot of 18s tonight.
Good rolls, guys.
16.
You all would be able to tell he seems to be truthful.
May I take it a step further with the insight and ask if it's because he's afraid of Skull?
Only if Flit allows it.
I was going to actually ask that as well. That's what I wanted to insight.
Okay. You want to insight if he's afraid of Skull?
if he's afraid or if he's loyal.
You
Or
had
both.
You had what, a 16?
16.
You get the impression that it is both. It is loyalty through order and power. He knows he wouldn't betray Skull, but even if he had the idea, he would never act on it.
Would I get that as well with my 15?
I'll say yeah.
Good.
Okay, thank you.
I would say you would all probably get that idea because you all rolled pretty high. And he did not roll so high.
CG, if you don't mind, could I also ask a question to Toru?
I had something I wanted to ask him next, but you...
Oh, wait, if you got a question.
You seem pretty loyal to Skull. I wonder, how do you think he would feel to know that you're alive here and failed him?
You do far worse to me than what any of you have so far. And y'all killed me. He wouldn't be so kind.
Really now? What would he do?
Couldn't tell you. But I choose not to think about it.
You know, a thought just occurred to me. You said that between you and
Nobody freak out,
Nin...
I'm just changing music.
Oh, you're good. You said that Nin was the more dead weight. Correct?
I did.
Yet she escaped with a powerful artifact that was entrusted to you.
Are you all telling me you didn't get the eye? She got one up on you then.
She also got one up on you. Because who do you
Perhaps.
think she's going to tell that they lost the artifact? And the fact that she already knows this location. How long before Skald comes knocking for you?
He looks at you dead in the eye and goes, Scott wouldn't waste his time here. Why do you think I was here and not him? The closest territory to Dragon's Reach, apart from the coast of the Obsidian Province. This would be a perfect staging ground to assault the Iron Dominion, but why am I here? He asks, almost like mockingly.
Do you really think it wouldn't be above Skull's ability to just suddenly come in and kill you? Or worse? You really think he isn't capable of going that route?
I never said he wasn't capable. I think he's got better things to do than to deal
you're
with
right.
one failure.
You're right. He's too busy being a lapdog to forces that are beyond even him.
Exactly. You are nothing but a distraction for these people.
Perhaps. It worked, didn't it? You all are here, aren't you?
Not all of us.
As he's been talking for the last little bit, you can see he's got like this devilish smile going on with just these big ass teeth that he's got.
I mean, to be fair for you, to be fair for us, we were called for a higher job than just dealing with you. Kicking your ass was just a cherry on top.
Yeah, my respect for that. Not many can best the pack.
Oh, you mean you're like PTSD.
One more time?
Oh, you mean the bear I gave PTSD.
That bear's never gonna remember you anyway.
Alright. I just had an idea. Cassius,
Yes.
do you still have one of the eggs from the gala?
I do not.
Do you know if there's any still left over, including the powder?
I mean, I'm sure there is, but frankly, we have better things to do than waste them on an interrogation. That is me talking, not them.
Even then, I want to see what it would look like for an orc to transform. Losing every last bit of sanity. Becoming nothing more than a screeching mess. Embracing the fate that awaits his entire ilk.
You enjoy this, don't you? I can smell it on you.
Flit's gonna tap Ravon on the shoulder again.
On that Flit.
Alright, Flit's gonna walk back in.
Oh, tagging out. Okay.
No, I thought I was in this whole time.
Oh, no! I thought...
I never tagged out.
Oh, I thought you were tagging.
It's a cell, so even if you aren't inside the cell, you are still kind of there.
Yeah.
Alright.
I don't know. I like, it's kind of all got away from me.
My apologies.
For clarification right now, Flit is the one in the cell.
Yeah.
Just for sake of confusion.
And now I lost my train of thought. Damn it!
Sorry.
It was something about the tree that I really want. Oh, yeah. We'll start the small thing. You know, you wanted to get into the tree, and I assume, you know, the bark is pretty resilient. Is that why you dug a big old hole?
No. Hole was our way into the city. No, the tree. Apparently, that required the eye to get into, but I never figured it out.
Wait. It required the eye to get into the tree. Oh. Looks towards Cassius. You might want to have some guards around the Umblewood.
Don't worry, I already do. Mirden included.
If any of them have anti-magic abilities, that is definitely going to be needed.
Agreed.
He sort of steps off to the side and begins talking with a couple more of the guards there.
So, you said something's inside it. Suppose that you get to this something inside. What then?
Well, depends on what it is. I frankly have no idea what it was, but something that could be tamed. It makes sense for Scout to send me.
Good to know, good to know. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't, you know, that hole didn't go to the tree or the roots underneath or anything like that. When I heard that there was a giant hole and Nin's interest in the tree, that's where my mind went. So it's your entrance into the city then?
Yeah, that's right. I got
It's all
plenty
here.
of friends waiting down there. He says, cocky.
You know, a lot of them were probably pretty disheartened when they saw you were dead. I wonder if they would still be in fighting fit.
He doesn't say anything.
Can I roll an insight on him?
Go for it.
I want to see if he's feeling shame right now.
Go for it.
12. Yeah.
He's not feeling shame. More uncertainty.
Uncertainty.
As to what, you can't really tell.
You know,
Oh.
What?
My Chrome just crashed.
oh, yeah, you left the game.
Yep.
Uh-oh.
Alright. Fucking
Got-
don't know what that
God
was
has
about.
abandoned us.
My mouse is also not working, which is cool. You guys can hear me, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can
Yeah.
still hear you.
Nice desktop though.
Thank you. I changed it
I
today.
approve.
Man, that's annoying. Please continue while I try to figure this out.
All right.
Nothing to
Unplug
see
it and plug
here.
it back in.
Nothing to see.
Foot's going to look at
Mouse just isn't-
Toru again. You know, a lot of the orcs left down that hole, and I think a lot of the monsters with them. Are you concerned that without a leader that the monsters will still listen and cooperate with the orcs?
Sorry, I'm trying to see if I can get... Okay, my mouse is working again. Let me see if I can get Roll20 back up.
Yeah, no problem.
Sorry, repeat the question one more time.
I won't go into full detail, but basically, hey, there's no leader. You guys are hanging out with monsters. Could you not being there be a danger to the orcs that are fleeing if they're still cavorting with monsters?
I'll say that requires another persuasion check.
Can I get help from someone at advantage?
What's going on?
If it's allowed, I'll give help.
I'll help.
I'll say someone could give help.
Help him
Oh,
out.
that is performance. 20!
Oops. Action tracks playing. Shit. 20, huh? Oh, okay. He, for the first time, it kind of looks like he loses his composure a little bit. And he goes, I don't rightly know.
You know, we saw an image of Skull. Wearing an artifact, riding a giant Cerberus. He looked fearsome, but he was still an orc. And he's coordinating with these people. He might be being used. And if he's being used, people using him, I assume they're the ones that supplied the monsters. They wouldn't much care for you or your command if you failed. They might turn on your command. We could
Perhaps.
see.
But this new power they've given him, they turn on him. Well, that's just gonna be their funeral, isn't it?
Are you sure? You don't give power away without making sure that it won't come back to bite you. Certainly not a group like this. They've proven themselves pretty intelligent. They've attacked Dragon's Reach successfully. Think of all the trouble that you and your commander have had trying to just get there.
He says nothing. Insight if you wish.
I would like to, yes.
Go for it.
May I as well?
Yep, go for it.
Same.
16. Thank God, not that natural
16.
one.
5.
12.
12.
More.
Let's roll one. I took your nat one for me a Flit.
So, Flit, you get the impression you don't think you're necessarily getting to him, but you're beginning to think you might be placing the seed of doubt in his mind.
I see. Now, we have seen what these people are capable of. Would you, like to know? Or have they not told you?
Kind of squints his eyes. I don't get your game here. Why would you bother telling me this?
Well, truth be told, I'm not one for fighting. I don't like fighting. And war is just a really big fight, isn't it? So if I can find a way to stop a war, stop fighting, I'm gonna go for it. And if that means that all of you, these orcs, are being deceived, used, and I could solve that, perhaps spare all of your tribe and the bloodshed, well, I'm gonna pursue that option.
Make
And
a
I'd like to
keep continuing.
And I'd like to see if I can start with your men. If we can see if we can keep them protected from these monsters.
Make a persuasion check. No advantage.
Okay, just straight.
Just straight.
Come on, Flit. 11.
11? He sort of looks you over once or twice. He's quiet as he does it. He seems to be analyzing you to some degree. And as you're watching him do this, he's hard to read, but you get the impression he may be weighing his options right now. Finally, he opens his mouth and he goes, "So what are you proposing?"
Right now, all of them are undergrounds. They are fleeing at the moment. Yes?
He sort of thinks. Perhaps. Either there or they're regrouping under someone stronger.
Here's my suggestion.
By the way, I did
We'll
mention it. By this point, Cassius has sort of walked back and rejoined your group quietly.
Alright. So, here's my suggestion. We go down there. We will take out the monsters. We will capture, but not harm, the fleeing force. And in exchange, you will talk to them. Tell them about the skull being used. About everything that you know as a high-ranking member of his tribe. And work with us to make sure that you don't end up like some of the undead that I have seen them create and sent against us.
Make another persuasion check with advantage.
Come on! 15?
15. He looks you up and down one more time, sort of shuffles in his spot. I know when I'm beaten. You bring my people back unharmed, then we'll talk.
Foot will nod. And she will simply get up and say, I don't like fighting. You can trust me on that. We'll get them back alive.
May I interject quickly?
Go for it.
If we do this, what happens if, say, your men don't trust us? Is there something we can tell them to let them know that we are truly sent by you?
You got the horn, don't you? You figure out the rest. And the way he says that, the expression on his face doesn't really read, "Oh, fuck you, I'm not telling you shit." It more reads, fucking whatever, man. It's almost like he couldn't be bothered right now.
Fair enough. May I incite the figure out the rest part? I think I know what it is, what he's saying, but...
Sure.
Nine.
Figure out the rest.
Fair enough.
As you kind of walk out, Flit, from the cell, the guard who has been standing there kind of closes it again, and Cassius kind of leans over into your ear and he goes, "Well done."
Flit will just give him a slight nod and start heading out of the prison.
You all begin making your way out, unless anybody else had any business here.
Not particularly, no.
Ravon will just give a look back at Toru. Oh, without saying a word, we'll just look at him.
He kind of just looks at you back, not menacing. Kind of hard to tell the emotions he's feeling right now.
Walk away.
You all make your way out. You all walk out through the front, and as you sort of get in front of the building, Cassius turns to you all and goes, "So, I assume the next step is seeing if we can get his men, huh?"
And hopefully Nin's down there too.
That is the hope. Guess we'll find out. That is my worry. What if the orcs fall in line with Nin in the event that she bolsters the eye?
We kill Nin.
He doesn't say anything, he just kind of nods. Kind of like in the way of he already figured that, but he does nod in agreement.
Flit's just a little uncomfortable with that.
I don't
Rav-
take any joy in any of this.
It's war, there's never any joy about this.
Not only that, already our ranks have shown that there has been those who would turn their back upon our side.
It wasn't really much that she turned against our side, it's just she wanted to know more about the tree, and he kind of just casually looks towards Cassius. Was denied.
Cassius looks to be thinking. Kind of just to himself as you say that.
What in Sylvan, what is up with the Umberwood if she would? But what's up with the Underwood that would be that's secretive to keep away from her?
He kind of, without turning his head, he's got like his arms crossed and he's got like his hand like over his mouth, and without turning to face you, his eyes just kind of look at you, and he's quiet for a moment, and then he opens his mouth. If we get the eye back, I'll show you.
Do I hear this by any chance?
I mean, you're all there. Anyone who speaks Sylvan would hear this.
Flit will kind of break the silence. If we have to take care of Nin, we can, but he kind of looks back to Toru, or to the prison. We just convinced one of the high lieutenants of this crew to cooperate with us.
Indeed.
And I'm pretty sure he was hell-bent on burning the city to the ground if he could. And yet, we're just writing off Nin, someone who thinks she's doing the right thing?
The right thing doesn't cost human life. The right thing doesn't cost lives. Innocent lives, Flit. She was willing to harm anyone to figure out. She was willing to harm more than to heal.
He looks to you, Flit, and he goes, I agree with what you said in there. I don't want to fight. And hopefully there is an outcome where we don't have to, but if she is this hell-bent, we may not have a choice. He kind of sighs. Just kind of tightens his stance, I guess you could say. But also, even with his new found sense of loyalty, don't trust Toru. He would most certainly stab any one of us in the back at a moment's notice. Just because the wind looked at him wrong.
He is that terrified of Scald, isn't he?
From what I've heard, he should be. But let's move. Let's see if we can track down Nin or whatever is down there.
Flit will take one last look back at the prison, and nod, and follow.
Alright. You guys move on over to one of the eastern? Sorry, I'm doing cardinal directions in my head. You guys move towards the western district, and you can see in a sort of area between the northern district and the western district, there is what appears to be an academy of some sort. It looks like a military school. And in front of it, this massive, easily like 100 to 200 feet across, just giant pit in the ground, much like what Lily described.
Question.
Answer.
Is that the military academy that got blown up when Dry Hollow was initially attacked?
Smiles.
I guess it's still there, just not in great shape.
Oh god, no. The foundation of the building is there, but it's also over there, and over there, and over there. Can't see me, but I'm pointing in various directions. Yeah, no, the school is fucked. But you all can see that. You can all sort of make out, based on your location and your previous knowledge of the city, this was the academy. Half of the building has sort of crumbled into the ground itself. Much like a what's the fucking word? Sinkhole.
What happened to this building?
This was the epicenter. This is where it all went down. And you can see this area you guys are currently in has the highest amount of soldier presence that you have seen throughout the entirety of the town. And you can see a lot of them have sort of massed a force that looks prepared for an assault. But looking down into the pit, you can see that it doesn't just drop immediately. It looks like it's a very slow descent into the ground. It goes maybe 50 feet, and then it becomes too dark to see, even with dark vision. Or at least from where you're currently standing. Because, you know, the sun makes vision funky.
True.
This is going to be one hell of a day.
It already was. Let's just make sure that we end it on our terms.
Indeed. He begins to call out to a bunch of his soldiers to sort of prepare, and you can see a smaller force of them kind of come up with you guys, kind of sort of lining up behind you guys. It seems like your group and Cassius are meant to take the lead. Let's get this shit done.
Let's.
You all begin your very slow descent underground, and that's where we're going to take our break.
Okey-dokey.
Ooh.
It's going down!
Good
CG.
shit, baby.
Yelling
Good.
timber.
You were definitely the much better negotiator. I was gonna chop his ear off.
Shout out to Flynn with the clutch persuasion rolls, by the way.
I mean, I was a little surprised. He freaking beat me up with a 26 persuasion.
He rolled a nat 20 on that. That was the big reason why he got you, because I was like, oh, that's a nat 20.
Maybe
Yeah.
we could.
Like,
Maybe we
I
could've-
looked at it and went, wow, the bard is getting out persuaded. Okay.
Maybe we could have threatened him with the power of hugs.
Yeah, that was not going to happen with Corbin.
By the way, I just want to apologize for kind of consuming that scene.
Dude, you're fine.
You're good.
It worked.
Nah, you good.
That's
You good,
wonderful.
fam?
Yeah.
Yes, we are going to take a break. We're going to all get some water, stretch our legs, etc.
Yep.
And we'll be back in just a few minutes. I know I need to use the bathroom.
I'm gonna be jumping in a bit.
I need a not smoke break.
So CG,
Yeah?
when are we dropping our new show? Good cop, bad cop.
At this point, it's kind of like good cop, limu cop.
I think you're going out on a limb here, man. All right, I need to go drink.
I'm still here, though. Let's see here. Hey, Twisty, how you doing? Hey, Sandman. Who else is here?
Yes, hello everyone.
Hey, River.
I'm sorry I was so quiet. Everyone was like so enamored, and I'm just like, I'm not gonna talk.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I really don't know what the fuck is still going on. I'm just kind of along for the ride.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I have so much to catch up on. So it's like, I'm just kind of here.
Well, where do you want me to start? Because
I'm watching the episodes. It's just my house has to be quiet enough, and the only time is when my child is asleep.
Yeah, I getcha.
And Mondays and Tuesdays I now have D&D, so it's like I have 3 days to catch up on 40-something episodes of 4-hour gameplay.
Sometimes 5, shift guys.
And there's also been times where it's only been 1 or 2.
Yeah. Well, you could do the Twisty method, who is a mad woman. Yeah, I was about to say Twisty, who is a mad woman, by the way, that you could always, like, catch up on him at ×2 speed.
Oh god, I could not listen to y'all in 2 times speed without laughing my ass off.
I'm fucking surprised Twisty did it. Again, the mad woman.
I'm just over here munching on sugar cookies.
A good use of time. Also, hi, I'm back.
No.
They're dinosaur-shaped sugar cookies.
Ooh.
I'm not a child, I promise.
Hey, I
Lily's
was
just
eating-
the size of one.
Listen. You have a child. That's your excuse.
I was eating ladybug sugar cookies like a week ago.
Am I the only one that thinks that flour cookies are like a godsend?
I have dark chocolate. It's not cookie, but
Like actual flour FLOUR or like flower shaped cookies.
FLOUR.
yes.
Fair.
I mean, I can't say anything. Apparently, we're not supposed to have sugar anymore in my house.
Ooh.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Can't
That-
relate.
I can't live without my sweets.
Well, I'm a fat ass and I can't live without them. But the whole ordeal is that my daughter has a slight problem with her resting heart rate, and the doctors are a little concerned about that.
Mm.
That's fair.
My wife's like, yeah, she was a little inactive. I'm like, inactive? She was running around the frickin' streets and whatnot, and like walking around and stuff. She's way more active than I am.
Actually, I
Time
gotta
for-
dip for something again. Be right back.
No worries. It's time for River to binge at 2 times speed. Yeah, I want it to be known that River is being a champ and is trying to take the time to watch all of the VODs up to this point.
I'm trying, but I don't have a lot of time.
You're good. I'm not giving you
Yep.
shit. If anything,
Yeah, we already
I'm impressed.
we already discussed how much of a crazy person Twisty is.
Yep, absolutely. Twisty,
Like,
are you
ab-
all caught up now?
Yes.
She is.
She is.
She,
God.
if I remember correctly, she just finished catching up today.
Well, I know what
Jeez.
I'm doing this weekend.
Jeez.
At times.
And last I heard from Haza, he was on Occam's Razor.
What a nerd.
He legitimately said that Occam's Razor was so crazy, he had to go watch Bearers of the Torch as a palate cleanser.
Yeah. And my response to that was, with the crazy crap that you're going through, I don't blame you. It's nuts.
Lapson still being lost.
Imagine.
That's also why I just don't pipe up a lot, because it's like I don't know these characters like you do yet.
I mean.
Cassius was one of the first people they met in this game.
Yeah. One of our first quest givers.
Yep. He's a major
Eh.
NPC in the world and to the group.
Second quest giver, I believe, because the first one was a dude at a Adventurers Guild that gave us the quest of defeating the Butcher.
What's the name you keep getting mixed up with Cassius?
Cedric, who is
Cedric.
Cedric.
who's a different major NPC. I don't know why I keep doing that too, because fucking I was
sorry,
I
but-
was fine differentiating the names until last session, and now I've occasionally messed them up, and I don't know why.
I'm amused
So-
because Cedric, all I think of is Cedric Diggory, and no one can change my mind on it.
Oh god damn you.
He grew up. He actually had a chance to grow up.
Listen to episode
Oh.
20 of Strahd and 48 of War of the Shattered Sun today at work. Nice.
Oh,
Yeah, we have
uh,
episode
River.
23 of Strahd tomorrow.
I sadly don't have any of the VODs of my Crisis Strahd game.
Hey, first of all, hi, I'm back. Second of all, Joe, Curse of Strahd was brought up. You know what this means.
Seriously though, Twisty actually got caught up to the Crest episode.
Yes.
Okay.
good, Rose.
Really quickly, can someone walk me through how to add those elven boots to my thing?
Sure. Maybe after the stream.
It would be best to do it
Okay,
after the
fair enough.
stream.
Fair enough.
The big thing to know is that while you're wearing them, you have advantage on stealth checks.
Yes. Which for you,
Stares at my already proficient stealth with a bonus of 11.
Yes,
Yeah,
but that doesn't do
imagine.
anything when you nat 1.
Very true.
Imagine
It's
never
like the
having to nat
go-to
one
rogue
ever.
item.
Funny that we find a boot of Elvenkind in, I believe, one of Elven Descent's house.
Yes. It's almost like he might have used them. Smile.
So he just gave you his old Crocs.
Wow. Wow.
Nice. Yeah, I just checked my notes. Cassius is a wood elf.
He is a
Yes.
wood elf.
Alrighty. Sorry about the in and out. There was a slight spill.
I will be
Uh-oh.
right back.
No worries. I think we're still waiting on J Frost. With the lack of response, I assume that's a yes.
So this is a bad time to tell you that I'll be right back too.
No worries. Does nobody take the bio break when we start?
Okay, no, to be fair, I took one halfway in between because my bladder was like, hi, I exist.
No.
And now it's my stomach condition being, hi, I exist.
No,
It's a
don't
never
worry.
ending thing with me.
You're good. Do you need a few minutes, River?
Probably.
Okay, no worries. We
I'm
might
afraid.
continue, but we won't get too far.
Go ahead and continue. I mean, I have my headset to listen.
Okay, that's fine then.
I'm honestly afraid if I leave this chair, something's gonna happen. That something in this house is gonna get busted and I have to fix it.
I feel
God.
that.
Have you ever had? I know those days are having right now, Joe. Now imagine that you have to do an hour's drive with that feeling in mind.
That was like the moment I got off. Like I was supposed to like stay an extra hour at work, mostly because after car repair on Wednesday, having to pay that off, which that sapped my money. Signing up. I guess a bit of a life update. I got a new truck.
Hey!
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Ooh, what kind?
Silverado.
We recently sold a truck.
Hey, nice.
It was
yeah,
my grandfather's truck, who can't drive it now, for obvious reasons.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's all right. But it is the 30,000+ we got for it is helping us pay for the next 8 months of his care. So it's like, hey, kind of works out.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
So
I
I'm not
return with
complaining.
cookies.
Hello.
Hi, what did I miss?
We were talking about trucks. Joe got a new truck.
Yeah.
And
But yeah, new truck Tuesday, pay off car Wednesday, busy
Now
as
here-
fuck Thursday, and busy as fuck Friday.
now here's a good question to ask you, Joe. Does your truck come with a cover for the bed?
No, it does not. Mostly because it's got a utility chest on the bed.
Oh, very nice.
What year is it?
2014.
Nice.
I think you can still get a tonneau that goes around the utility thing. I'm not entirely positive, though.
I mean,
If you get the not really the tarp, but it's like a, what do you call it? It's
Soft tonneau?
yeah, I think.
Everyone is back except River, who said they were going to be away for a few more minutes. But they do have their headphones so they can listen. So we're going to continue if that's okay. Let me find some music. I will do a quick roll call though, just to make sure. CG,
Yo.
J Frost,
Soup.
soup. What kind of soup you got?
I mean, I actually got a coupon for a local soup shop, so good question.
Hell yeah, Joe.
big ass LED fog lights on the bumper.
Hell yeah. River will be right back, and Sarah.
My truck's name is, Amara.
Hell yeah.
Amara
Alright.
Marth.
Hey, Tart.
Yes.
Something really quick in game while we had a moment of downtime.
Okay.
Can Corey have prepared a bowl of soup for herself?
Corey, where are you at? I'm at soup.
I'm at soup.
What?
Yes,
Yeah.
Corey, as you guys were interrogating, Atoru was drinking from the bowl of soups.
Which, if I remember right, is like a light healing potion or something. We haven't drunk from it in a while because we've always just been eating like at Dragon's Reach.
I believe it was if you did holy water in it, or something. I don't remember. It was like a specific liquid you pour into it gives healing properties.
Even so, she would still totally have some soup.
Wait, is the soup in it like heated?
Yes.
Are
It's
you
soup.
tell-
You don't
okay?
have cold soup. Fuck that.
I mean, you
Okay,
could
hear
have
me
put
out
the-
here. Hear me out. If we could find and stockpile on bread and cheese, we could have instant grilled cheese and tomato soup.
True.
Okay.
We could.
You
Anyways.
could get that old school lunch.
Bit of ambiance going. I will have a bit of low music playing as well.
Oh.
River asked a question about. Okay.
Infinite soup.
Okay.
We are always at soup.
Actually, go on a bit more. That's too peaceful. This is going to be ominous. Let's see. Is there actual music?
Please no.
Ah, there's actual music in there. No. I'll just leave that then. So, you all begin your descent down further and further underneath the grounds of the city. It becomes apparent quickly that it is going to get too dark to see without a light source of some kind or dark vision. So this is where I must ask everyone in the group who has dark vision.
Yo.
I do.
Okay, that's two. River is not here, but I don't believe Lily does.
I think gnomes get it.
I think I might be wrong. I think it might be specific gnomes.
River
She
says
does?
she thinks she does.
They, but yes,
Okay, I'm sorry.
you're good.
Which gnome is she? Sorry. Well, she as in Lily.
Both of the druids do not.
Wait, Flint
Okay.
doesn't have dark vision?
Nope.
Well, so both the druids and the walking mountain don't see in the dark.
Okay. I've got 8 torches. I will pass out 3.
You can see
Just lighting
behind you
babushka.
guys, a lot of the soldiers are beginning to gather their own light sources as well. A lot of them are beginning to light up torches. Cassius procures a light source as well, because I don't remember if he has dark vision or not. But
Remind me on something. Just real quick question.
he does have dark vision. I lied.
Babushka, or Flame Tongue, as it's really known as,
Mhm.
that has the ability to create light, correct?
Yes. Wood
Okay,
slit, I believe it creates 20 to 30 feet of light.
Taking that then.
Yeah. But you all begin procuring your light sources and you all continue. And the deeper you
Okay.
go,
Sorry, Tart. Just
You're
to check quickly so that I don't accidentally mark something extra off in my inventory. I'm only handing out 2 torches, right? Just to the 2 druids?
if that's what you want to do.
I've got a fire source on me. I can just make flame whenever.
I think Corey can as well. If not, there's
Okay.
plenty of light within the group to where it shouldn't make a big difference.
I am back, and I can confirm that I do have dark vision.
Okay, cool. Cool. So, you all continue down deeper and deeper. 20 feet, 40 feet, 80 feet, 100 feet. Further down into this deep, dark pit. The light from the city above slowly beginning to fade away as you continue further down. Eventually, after what seems like hours of this dark, quiet atmosphere, but it's probably no longer than a couple minutes, you can see it eventually begins to level out. And it enters into this large chamber. Everyone go ahead and make me a perception check. We're going to call this a group perception check. Which means I got to roll for Cassius as well.
Well,
Good roll
I'll
for
get
Cassius.
for it.
21.
3.
20. And then one for Corey.
Yes.
17.
17. You all manage to catch yourselves before you continue, as you see that where it does level out, it comes to a cliff face and then drops into this large chamber. There is a way down, but you can see, it's kind of hard to tell from here, but you can see all along the walls is this weird, like, glistening material. It's kind of hard to tell what it is. It's kind of like when you see, like, dew on, like, a spider web. But from here, it's a bit hard to tell what it is. You guys would have to go down deeper to figure out what it is.
Well, I would like to take the lead, but unfortunately, that sounds like a bad idea.
I'll do it.
I am gonna ask for marching order in this, if you guys are gonna continue further down.
I'll take lead.
I'm in the middle.
Cassius is gonna be side by side with whoever's in front.
Someone
Me.
should grab...
Lily will
Actually,
take the back.
Okay.
It may be tiny, but I am a tank.
True.
Tank party.
Tank party.
She's a life.
Sarah?
My brain heard dank party.
No, I've got a stupid idea. Sarah's going to take the back with Lily and give Lily a piggyback ride.
Athletics check.
I was gonna say I won't say no.
Yo.
With advantage. Because Lily...
Yo.
In fact, Lily is probably assisting in some way.
21.
Good thing you had that advantage.
Yo!
So,
Flit will probably be right behind Cassius, and I think Ravon said that they were at the front.
Yep.
okay. You all continue further down what seems to be a naturally forming pathway deeper into this cavernous area. And this cavern is, like, big. Way bigger than you expected it to be. Like, it's hard to tell because it's very dark in here, but you can begin to make out the shape of it in its entirety, and it is extremely wide, and it looks like it would take a few minutes to get all the way across it. I'll continue down, and then you eventually hit another point where it kind of levels out, and you sort of look around, and it seems like you have reached the bottom of this chamber, the ground floor of this chamber. You all begin to look, and you can see that the walls, as you move deeper into the center of the chamber, becomes coated in this thick, viscous material, almost like saliva in its consistency. But it's like a oddish, reddish tint. As you begin to move further inwards, you can see that there are spots where it begins to kind of jut out from the wall, almost like a large tumor. And then You can see it does that kind of sparsely in the beginning, but as you get closer and closer, you can see it begins to grow exponentially in the amount of these weird bulges in the wall, and they go up high.
So, hey, sorry, question for you. How
Answer.
how high is the ceiling right now?
The ceiling, looking up, is probably anywhere from 75 to 100 feet. This is a large chamber.
And from what point did the walls become solid rock to this squishy material?
If you're counting like the entrance, if we're talking like a percentage from entrance to back wall, probably about 15% into this chamber when you guys like reach the ground floor. So it didn't take terribly long before you began noticing this odd material on the wall.
Corbin is just kind of going to say to the group, I swear to God, if we got eaten, this is going to suck.
It is okay. We could just do what we did with the Spinosaurus. Looks to Flit.
Grow a big snake inside of its stomach?
Yes.
I think this is a bit bigger than the Spinosaurus, though.
Okay, 2 giant snakes.
I can only be one giant snake.
You guys, as you're beginning to talk, you can hear your words kind of echoing off into the chamber. And it kind of makes you realize at that moment that aside from you guys, he's deathly quiet down here.
I don't want to say it. It always ends up bad when you say it.
What do you guys want to do? Do you just continue?
Mm,
Can I, like, go up near one of the tumors and kind of, like, examine it? Like, see what
Investigation check.
Alright.
May I assist?
Go for it.
actually, Tart, there is something I would like to also do.
Okay.
Would I also be able to use Divine Sense?
Sure. Where are you going to use it in this? How long far is your divine sense? 30 feet, right?
60 feet.
60 feet? Okay. From where, if you're standing in the middle of the chamber, you're not going to be able to get all of this area, as it's probably from one side of the chamber to the other, it's probably about 80 feet. No, it'd be closer to probably about 100 to 120 feet.
It's still fine. Just to, if it can at least give me a feeler, I'll take it.
Okay, so you're just going to kind of use it in the center of the chamber?
Yeah.
Okay. You cast Divine Sense, and you don't get anything. Corbin, what is your
16.
investigation check?
16.
16? Okay.
Yep, dodged in that one.
Give me 1 second. Let's see. No, that's too serious. It's more like battle music. Let's see. That's too dramatic.
That was a little epic there.
Let's go with this. That should be fine. Nah, I'm just gonna keep the ambiance going. None of these tracks really work for what I want. Unless. That works. Corbin, you move up to one of these sort of tumors that have sprouted off from the wall. Sarah, you go along with them. And as you're closer, and do either of you have some source of light with you?
I do.
As you both kind of move up to it and kind of start looking over, you can kind of see, because of the reflection from the light, what appears to be something inside. It's hard to tell from the material on top of it. This, like, gooey liquid. But there is very much something inside.
Backing the hell away from that and going back towards the group.
Back away. Sarah, what about you? Sarah?
Uh-oh.
Did we lose Sarah?
Oh no!
Well,
The earth
I'm
has
presuming
claimed-
before she went up to things too that she put me down.
That's
Oh.
a good...
I forgot.
Hi!
Do you want to go with us?
I mean, I'm down for anything.
That's a good
If you
point.
didn't,
Lily, what is your passive perception?
15.
15? With their check and your passive perception, I would say you'd be able to tell that something's inside as well.
You just hear me talk over Sarah's shoulder.
Think there's something inside.
definitely looked like it.
Corvin,
Question is,
Corvin backed
Sorry,
away.
go
Are you
ahead.
going to do the same?
I said I would follow him. Yeah.
Okay. You both kind of back up from these gross fucking tumors on the wall. And I assume you all keep going down.
as he reconvenes with the group. Yeah, there's something inside of those things. I don't want to know what's in there.
Flit thinks for a second. I have a bit of a terrifying thought on that.
Please elaborate.
Lily, do you remember the report you said about the civilians going into the hole?
Oh,
You can see
Oh.
Cedric's expression turn to a mix of shock and fear. And without saying anything, he runs over to one of them.
Cedric.
That might be one of the.
Did I say
Or,
Cedric again?
Yeah.
I was
God
gonna
damn
say
it.
something too.
I don't know why I've been doing that the past 2 sessions. Cassius runs over to one
They're
of
both
them.
it's the Corvo Corvin Corre dilemma all over again.
Yeah, pretty much. And you watch as he goes up to one of them and he wipes away some of the gunk on the surface. And you see him freeze in his tracks. Gods, no. This is how they're doing it. And you can see he's just frozen.
Flit will walk over and look at what he saw.
Flit, you can see from the spot that he's wiped away the very clear visage of what was once a beautiful human woman who, on their left side, has just completely transformed into what looks like an orc. It looks like their body is going through some sort of mutation.
She's gonna
You
put her hands to her mouth and just fall over on her feet, onto the ground.
What's the...
I'm sorry, Tart. You said it looks like an orc.
It looks imagine like Two-Face, except one side is like a
Oh.
human woman and the other side is an orc, or at least it looks like her body has like transformed into like orcish features. Or at least is beginning to.
So, question then: would any of us know? This is gonna sound very, very odd, but do orcs, I guess, repopulate like normal like mammals, or is it like a gross, like a, or like a 40k
Fungus?
thing where they're
Are
spores?
you asking this in game or above game?
I'm asking if Corvin would know this in game.
Make a history check.
I got decent.
Really, would any of us know this?
Good question.
Anyone who wants to make a history check can.
13.
13.
Screw it. I'll take a shot at it.
My
Basic,
history
but-
sucks, but I'll try.
History, you said?
History. 'Cause I kill a spider.
Do not
18.
kill it. You move it. You politely move it.
No, fuck spiders. I didn't give it permission
Right.
to exist.
No, fuck them.
If
They're
the
really
gods
fun.
had wanted you to live, they would not have created
Look
me.
at all those sixes.
It's a lot of
Six.
sixes.
Six.
Whoa, we
Six.
have the devil in
Number
here.
of the
Alright,
beast.
good rolls from the gang.
Ravon did okay.
Eh.
Rovan and Corvin.
I got what's the equivalent of all sixes added up together.
Rovan and Corvin, you both have distinct memory of the war plan going on between your group and the Vanheer Guard, and the mention, not only from them, but from other people you have met along the road, about how the number of orcs in the Fierce Lanes has swelled, and nobody's been able to figure out why.
Oh,
Fuck.
they're creating already fighting fit orcs.
I think our own people.
Wait, is that what? Could that be the reason why they wanted the Umberwood? Is to
Wait.
grow more of their army?
Wait. Hold a minute here. Okay, but the Umberwood's supposed to heal. How could it also transform?
Maybe it speeds up the process of transformation.
I mean, this sap could cure all ailments. I mean, maybe tapping into the roots or unlocking it could, speed up. Like what Sarah said, speed up this process.
So what? It's like a universal. What is word?
Incubator?
Closer to that. It begins with A. Alchemaic ingredient.
Alchemical? Above game, alchemical?
One of the probably.
Flit's gonna pipe up. But didn't Toru say that this was, in his own words, this was a distraction? Like, if they wanted the Umberwood for this, sure, but was that really? Do you think that's really what they need it for, or is there something else that's happening?
Regardless of what's going on, shouldn't we cut these people out of here? Maybe we can still save some of them.
I'm afraid what's going to happen once they get out. They're either probably going to die or try to attack us.
Agreed.
There might be
we
some
cut
sort
one.
of... Sorry?
So we cut one out first and see what happens.
If I'm being completely honest, something tells me that if we cut one out, they're going to start bursting out of the tumors and attack us all at once, and we're, well, mobbed.
You all see Cassius as you guys are debating on what to do. He goes up to another tumor, and he wipes some of the goo away on it, and he goes, "Wait, look at this." And as you all kind of circle around and look, you see that this other person, what appears to be a wood elf, in fact, it looks like what was originally one of the city guards, hasn't transformed yet in any capacity. He moves to the next one, and you can see that whoever was inside has transformed completely. And as you begin to uncover more and more, you can see that all these people have gone through various amounts of transformation, from none at all to complete.
Could we tell if there was anything significant of what they were before they transformed into an orc?
Most of the ones that haven't completed their transformation, you can process what they were. And it seems to just be no particular race, diverse in all sorts. Even things like dwarves seem to be growing in stature to complete this transformation, growing extended limbs and different parts of their body that is very much not normal.
Tart,
Yes.
may I roll Arcana or Investigation or something to see if maybe Corbin's right, and if we cut one open, they'll all open?
Sure.
What would you like me to roll?
I would say... I'm gonna say Arcana check with disadvantage, as you're unsure as to how any of this system works.
Speaking of which, start.
6.
6? You're not sure. What's up, J Frost?
Would Rovan actually take a look, considering there's also something that's been nagging his mind, and I'll make it out loud if possible to also... If these are the normal citizens, where are the orcs? And he wants to actually inspect a few of these, just in case, like, any of the orcs got into this and may have become something else.
Investigation check.
Straight or with disadvantage?
I'll say straight. If someone wants to help you, advantage.
I'll help.
Okay.
Thank you.
The
Investigation.
whole party is there. I'm gonna assume someone's gonna help.
Wow.
10.
10.
Even with that low roll, none of them look like... None of these... monogamation... none of these tumors look like they've been opened anytime recently, or even at all.
Don't like this.
So then that makes me question, how would someone get in one of these?
Shoved in? Forced in?
What put them in it?
Cassius, you see, has a moment of clarity. He begins to sort of like gesture with his finger. He goes, "Don't touch the walls." I think that's how they're doing it.
We've kind of all been touching the walls, though. I mean, we've been
touching We've been touching the growths. Don't touch the fluid on the wall itself.
Do what I've been doing. Gotcha.
Might act as some sort of, I don't know, parasite grows around the victim.
Okay,
What, like a gelatinous cube?
No.
Well,
this is far worse.
that would explain how they're getting in here, but why would they come down here? What's compelling them to come down here and touch the walls?
I don't think they're being compelled.
Forced.
He just kind of nods.
Lily, you said you've seen a few people come down here. Have you noticed anything about them?
Lily, you notice that the people coming down here were very much being forced. Practically being shoved, some even carried down there because they were trying to escape.
Oh, okay. I misunderstood then. I was thinking the people came down here of their own free will.
Well, I'm letting Lily know for the clarification.
Okay.
River?
Yes.
Okay.
So what do you guys want to do?
Do we attempt to free one of them, talk to him, or do we want to press onward after the force?
Can we even free them?
Just
What? Oh, sorry, go ahead, Corbin.
no, I was just thinking. What are the odds that these people are even alive? Especially the ones that are completely turned.
As you guys are debating, you hear what sounds like this gross, sloppy sort of like release of gas. And you can see on the other side of the chamber, one of the tumors in the wall begins to sort of almost like deflate as a green arm kind of reaches up from it. And you see a single orc figure kind of fall out from within onto the cavern floor.
We need to decide soon.
As
Let's
you
head
look
south.
around, none of the others do this. But this figure you see appears to be fully orcish. They begin to cough up this disgusting gunk that you all have seen on the walls.
Did we interrogate him? What do we do?
Does he? Apparently, it's his birthday. I don't think he. Would he know anything?
I will definitely say, you all, as you have been investigating. Actually, no, that would be obvious. Never mind, ignore me. I was going to make a point, and then I was like, no, they would already fucking know that. It's not like it would be
fair enough.
news. It's just,
Some of
it's
us
just
are-
like an obvious point that I thought about, and I was like, no, wait, what the fuck am I talking about?
Some of us are a little bit slow. Please point it out anyways.
Well, I was gonna say, inherently orcish figures would not be down here, but then I was like, well, fucking obviously, because, you know, there are already orcs down here. In these goo pods.
Above game, I am lost what we should do here.
I really am too. Because I want to save these people, but if we can't.
So my main thought is, the ones who are already turned or like turning, probably not worth it. But the ones that haven't really turned, they might still be alive in their little pods.
Well, but you're right. The thing is, if we try to cut open one growth, who's to say they won't all open?
As you guys are having this conversation, this orcish figure kind of begins to stand up using another one of these pods for a bit of leverage. It looks very dazed. As if like almost like punch drunk.
Okay.
Begins blinking its eyes vigorously.
Above them. I speak Orcish. Does one of you want me to try and talk to them?
My brain's going to just assassinate this thing, but
Uh,
talking.
Yeah, I would say Orcish probably a good idea. If, as far as I'm concerned, if we talk first and then kill it, at least we tried and then we kill it.
Begins to sort of move forward. Its grip loosens from it moves. It uses its momentum from the pod to move forward, and then you watch as it stumbles and falls to the floor and kind of like gets up on its elbows.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna interject. Sarah will walk up to it and offer a hand, like to help it up. And in Orcish, she will say, "Can you understand me?"
It sort of blinks a few times, almost seemingly like it's having trouble seeing. You have a light source, yes?
Correct.
It's almost kind of like when you're in a dark room and somebody kind of like flicks on a light, kind of like that. And it kind of hesitates for a moment. And without taking your hand, it goes, "Where am I?" It says it in common.
In common. Okay.
It did make me an insight check.
24.
It seemed to understand the Orcish at first glance. And it seems confused. Interesting tidbit.
Okay.
As you guys saw it. I refer to it as it. It was naked when it climbed out. And there was no genitalia.
Oh, you got no bitch down there. Time.
Interesting.
Structural weakness.
Actually, that makes sense.
We're not entirely sure where you are. Do you know who you are?
You can see it kind of looks down at the ground and begins to think. It looks up a bit, and you can see its eyes are kind of darting back and forth. I'm... and it coughs up another large, like, glob of this gunk. I don't know who I am. Who am I?
Okay, that's okay. We're going to figure this out. Let me help you up. She will say, in common, and kneel down and offer her hand again.
It will think for a moment, and it will slowly reach up and take your hand. You help him up off the ground, and it seems wobbly at first. It kind of has to lean on you a bit to not fall over again. And then it looks around and sees all the people in the chamber, and it goes, "What's happening? What is this place?"
Dry Hollow was attacked. This is, as far as we can tell, the entry point for the attackers.
It kind of raises its hand up to its head and begins like clutching like the side of its head, kind of like it's thinking really hard. Dry Hollow. What is that?
It's a town. Do you know where you came from?
I remember waking up in there, and it kind of points over at the pod that has sort of deflated into just this thick pile of goo on the floor. I woke up. I couldn't breathe, so I ripped my way out. Sarah, now that you're closer to this orc, and you're able to get a good look at it now in the light, you can see that this orc is like has physically perfect conditioning. Like it's like the Captain America of orcs.
Okay.
You can also tell at this this close, it's got a bit of a grayer tint to its skin than what you're normal or than what you're used to.
Okay. Um, okay. If all you remember is waking up, that's okay. It at least tells my group a little something. We're trying to retake Dry Hollow. We came across these growths on the walls, and then you came out. So we're trying to make sense of what's what too.
I don't remember much. I don't remember anything really. And you can see that Cassius has sort of wandered up a bit closer at this point, and it seems like this orc finally catches on, and it like becomes a bit skittish at first. And then Cassius goes, "No, it's all right. We're here to help." And then it kind of relaxes a bit. How long have you been down here? Do you know? No. I don't even know what this place is. All I know is, and you can see it kind of looks down at its hands, it kind of beats his chest lightly. So I'm an Orlok. Cassius
Okay.
kind of thinks for a moment. No Orlok? Interesting.
Do you know anything about these growths on the wall?
It kind of looks, and you can see it kind of like begins to fully like investigate the entire cavern wall. It kind of looks all around, and it goes, "No, they look like that." And it kind of looks like, or it points over at where it popped out of, and I kind of get the feeling from all these other things that they're like me. And as it says, like me, it kind of beats his chest again, lightly.
Okay. That's the general consensus we're getting to. Do you know if you're supposed to do anything?
Just kind of shakes its head.
Okay. Do you feel compelled to do anything?
I feel angry, I think. I feel like somebody's supposed to tell me to do something. Should I be doing something right now? And as it says that, it kind of like reaches forward with its hands a bit, kind of like a child begging for food, like is burdened with glorious purpose.
I'm not saying it.
Somebody hand it a crocodile and see what happens.
I enjoyed that series.
Same.
I did too. I very much did too.
For right now, why don't you come with us, and we'll see if we can figure anything out. Does that sound okay?
Kind of hesitates, and then it kind of nervously nods its head. Cassius kind of reaches over and puts a hand on its shoulder, and it kind of reels back at first, but slowly, like, kind of nervously lets it happen. Come, friend. We will get you some rest, and hopefully we can answer a few of your questions. It kind of nods its head again, and Cassius begins to sort of move to a bit away with it. And he kind of just looks back at you and kind of gives a nod.
Could I take like one of my daggers and cut open one of the pods that has someone who isn't turned?
Like, isn't turned at all?
Yes, isn't turned at all.
Okay. Yeah. You take your dagger and you kind of give it a bit of force to get in there, and then you sort of realize, despite how dense it may be, it's the shell, quote unquote, is actually quite weak. It has the consistency of maybe like oobleck or like pudding.
Ugh.
And you begin to just it doesn't take much effort to kind of begin to carve a slot out, and as you begin to do, you can see a lighter fluid kind of within kind of begin to seep out, kind of like ichor in like from like a blister, and begins to sort of leak onto the floor. And as you begin to cut more and more, you can see that the figure inside, the person inside is a. The person inside is a red tiefling man. And you can see as you begin to cut open and the sort of opening you're making begins to widen, the person inside begins to stir a bit. And then...
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was just going to say, Corbin will try to use prestidigitation to kind of like clean off the this tiefling guy.
Okay.
And try and give him some room to breathe.
Yeah. It's kind of difficult as there is a lot of this liquid in there. It's kind of like cutting open, like... It's really like cutting open a blister. Like, it's just kind of coming out.
Ugh.
And as the opening begins to widen and widen, you can see that eventually they kind of shoot up and like begin to gasp for breath. And as they do, they begin to cough. And they begin to cough up the liquid that you're seeing inside, as well as a denser slime.
Here. Have some of this. I just kind of give him my water skin.
He kind of like, not in a panic, but like almost frantically kind of takes it and chugs a bit of it, hands it back. Thank you.
Do you know who you are?
Yes. Veretta.
Beretta.
Yes.
And do you know where you are? What city that you were from?
I was from Dry Hollow, the city had just gotten attacked. I remember running through the streets and I think I got knocked out. I think a piece of debris fell on me or something. I don't remember. It's a bit fuzzy, and you can see he kind of like puts his head up, or his hand up to his head, kind of like you can see that there is a sizable lump on his head, kind of where he's feeling around.
Yeah, it got you good. Okay.
How long have I been out?
If I'm being completely honest, I have no idea. Well, it's because it's been a minute since I've been back to Dry Hollow myself. But the good news is, he's gonna kind of refrain from saying something stupid. Well, you know who you are. You know who you know where you are. Do you see the Wood Elf gentleman right there, Cassius? Just follow him, and he can lead you out of this cabin.
Lord Cormac is here?
Yes,
Oh, God.
Cormac is here.
I will say, above game Corvin, it has just, and this is just for everyone, for reference, the attack on Dry Hollow, the original attack on Dry Hollow, was maybe 2 to 3 months ago, give or take.
Roger that.
It's been somewhere in that range of 2 to 3 months. But he sort of, you can see his eyes sort of widen for a second, and he goes, "Wait, where's Marilia, my wife? Do you know where she is?" And he begins to like
Easy
reach
friend.
out towards you.
Easy friend, easy friend. What does she look like? What does your wife look like?
She's a human woman, beautiful blondish hair, blue eyes. Have you seen her?
Tart, is it who I think it is? Is it the one who's already half orc?
I'm not gonna make you roll a check. You begin to think it is. You can put that together. It probably is.
I'll answer your question with another question. You love her regardless, right? Like, despite how she looks.
He looks a bit confused and he goes, I suppose so? Why? Has something happened?
So, these pods here, these tumor-looking things, seem to be changing the populace into these, like, what's the word I'm looking for here? Common is so odd. Genetically enhanced orcs, and I am sorry to mention this, but we saw a woman fitting that description a little bit ago, and I am sorry, but she's halfway into transitioning into one of those orcs, or orogs is what I think it's called.
Oh gods. Where is she? And you begin to see him like starting to fumble his way out of the pod, and he quickly, like upon his feet, like hitting the floor, kind of fumbles and like clatters down to the ground. Oh, my legs.
No. Just here. Let me. He'll kind of try to prop the. What was his name again? I do apologize.
Veredia.
Beredia, thank you. He will try and prop Beredia up on his shoulder. Yeah, I'll take you to her. Despite logic tells me I shouldn't do this, but I want to know if it was my wife.
Thank you.
And he will lead, and he will mention, I will request that you just take it easy. I'm not sure. You've been down here for like 2-3 months ish.
2
I'm
months?
surprised you haven't starved to death, if I'm being completely honest.
Oh gods. You can see he his expression kind of worsens, but you begin to help him make his way over to the woman you saw beforehand. And as he begins to see this person, you can see his expression kind of stiffen, and he goes, "Oh, gods, no. Oh, my dear wife." And you can see his knees kind of buckle, and he just becomes heavier as he sort of drops to the ground again. What have they done to you?
Not just. Sorry.
Is she alive? Can she hear me?
There's only one way to find out. As he's kind of propositioning it, he's gonna bring his dagger back out. We know about what happened.
May I interject quickly?
Sorry, go ahead.
Sarah is going to, at this point, set Lily down and come over and take the guy from Corbin so that Corbin has both arms.
Before carving in, we know what happens when they're fully grown, and when when the change hasn't happened yet, much like yourself. Guess this is a way for us to know what happens as he's like beginning to carve into the tumor.
Right before you begin to plunge your knife into it, he goes, Wait.
Hands up.
I love my wife. Even as this, but I'm worried about how she'll take this.
Well, tell me about her. Like, would something... I hope this is gonna sound very cross, but does she take much stock in her looks? He kind of just says, like, kind of wincing a little bit.
She is one of the most beautiful women I've ever met. And she's never really based any part of her person on her looks, but this is a massive change to anyone, and I'm worried about what the shock may do to her. But
The best thing... Sorry, go ahead.
I don't know.
The best thing you can do is just be there for her. Let her know that everything's going to be okay, despite how her looks have changed or how shocking it is.
For better or for worse, am I right?
Exactly.
Kind of nods slowly. Please, do it.
He will begin.
You begin the process again of slowly cutting out this half-transformed woman, and much like before, as the opening becomes wider and wider and more, this fluid begins to leak out. Eventually, she too kind of jumps to life in front of you. Oh,
Doing the exact same thing, kind of giving her the water skin and giving her like some room to breathe.
Again, more and more of this fluid just coughs up from inside her. She eventually does take the water and sips on it a bit.
So, ma'am, please, if you may, what is your name?
And you can see she seems to be struggling to remember. But then you see as she looks over at Viridia, and you can see that her expression sort of changes to one of hope and relief, and she goes, V? And you can see she slowly begins to try to fumble her way out of this pod that she's in, and Viridia kind of begins to release himself from your grip, Sarah, and kind of moves forward. My dear wife. And she sort of falls into his arms, and they both kind of like slump to the floor. What's happening? And she sort of looks down at her one now greenish arm. She goes, What is this?
What
And-
we freed. Sorry.
Go ahead.
The thing that we freed you from, it seems to be a means to bolster the Shadowsun Orcs' numbers and transitioning the populace that they captured into genetically enhanced orcs that physically fit. Apparently there's a bit of they still have a bit of an twinge of anger, which could definitely help them in the long run, and they just apparently, and they're very obedient from, I want to say birth, but that doesn't feel right.
Corbin, as you're talking to this woman, you can see that the human side of her appears to be quite calm, actually. Confused, but calm. And you can see that the orcish side of her is a bit more active. Twitchy, even.
How are you feeling right now?
I feel a lot of things. Confused, mainly, but I don't know. I feel like I'm waiting for something. It's very hard to explain.
Do you remember your life before the attack?
I remember bits and pieces, I think. I remember my family and my husband, she says, looking to V, as she has addressed him as. I remember, I think I was a barmaid? Some things are kind of fuzzy.
Gonna look to Viridia for confirmation.
He kind of, as she says that, goes, yes, dearest, you were a barmaid. Do you remember where you worked? No, I don't. Do you remember the blue opal? I remember music. A song that I would hear over and over again, but that's about it. I'm sorry.
How does the song go? If you don't mind me asking.
She begins to hum this little tune. Not one you really recognize. Seems to be something that somebody just came up, but it very much seems to be like maybe a sea shanty, something you would definitely have like a group singing in a bar. It's a bar song.
Yeah. Corbin's gonna try and play along to it.
Okay. Make me a performance check.
23.
23. You begin to pick up on it quite easily, and you begin to play alongside her, and eventually she stops, but you keep going, and kind of reiterating the same little bit that you've heard her do. And she goes, yes, Yes, that's it. It was done by a wonderful dwarvish man. Starin, I think his name was. My head hurts. And you can see V kind of begins to help her up. Let's go speak with Lord Cormac. He can help us. And she goes, Lord Cormac is here? Yes, do you remember him? I think so. He can help us? Yes, come. And he kind of looks over to you both, and he goes, Thank you so much.
It is no problem. Like I told you earlier, V. If it was my wife, I would definitely want the exact same treatment.
He kind of nods a bit, and him and his wife slowly move over to where Cassius is. And you can see Cassius has sort of sat the orc from before down. The orc has a bit of food, a bit of water. You can see some of the other soldiers seem a bit on edge, but it's kind of understandable considering the day that everyone has had.
Yeah.
But nobody seems to be ready to fight at a moment's notice. But Cassius sort of sees them coming, and he kind of rushes up to them and helps them as well. Kind of, you see a couple soldiers kind of beginning to bring food and water over. Sarah, did you have a question?
Yes, I'd like to check something.
Okay.
Any of these pods, does it look like Sindri might be in any of them? Whether it be his suit of armor or him outside of the armor?
Make an investigation check. Four. As you look around, you can see that these pods, the ones that have opened, as time has gone by and you guys have been doing things, they have slowly begun to dissolve into this muck and sort of reform back into the wall. If there is a sign that Sindri was here, you're not going to be able to find it.
Okay, out of character, I feel kind of stupid doing this, but in character, Sarah's going to turn to Corvin and ask, Corvin, yeah, do you still have a spell slot open?
Several. Which one are you looking for?
Could you send a message to Sindri? Just make sure he's okay. We haven't checked in with him in a while.
I swear, if he got married and he didn't invite us, I'm going to be very upset. I'm going to use my last third level to send a message to Sindri going, Hey Sindri, how are you? We're dealing with pod people. It's very interesting.
Is that all you say?
Yes.
Okay. You send that off, and after a moment, you get a message back and go, Sindri going, Oh, hey, Corvin. I'm doing okay. Still in the Underdark, I think. But I found a city. It's quite nice. Yeah, pod people. I was in one of those, I think. And then it kind of cuts off because I wasn't counting my words.
The moment he says, I was in one of those, I think, like, Corbin's eyes just go, like, completely wide. And just looks towards, like for, like, a moment, then just kind of goes back to his, like, normal, like, grinning expression. He's doing fine.
Corvin, you then get another message from Sindri, who
sorry, I gotta take this call.
Who goes, sorry, I wasn't counting my words. Yeah, I woke up in like this weird gooey pod, and oh, I lied. Artificers don't get sending. Never mind. Ignore me.
Damn it.
Ah, fuck it. I already started it. I'll say he gets. I'll say he found like a spell scroll or something.
Yeah.
I thought they had it, and then I was like, I'm gonna double check, but I'm gonna continue with this anyway. And then I was like, oh, they don't get it. All right. Well, but yeah, he goes. Sorry, I wasn't counting my words. Yeah, I woke up in like a weird like gooey pod, but like it didn't get through the armor because you know I got my big armor, and yeah, I just kind of left.
He's just gonna kind of have that exact same like wide-eyed, like lips like sunken in expression. Apparently, he has experience being in goo, and he's very casual about it.
It's
Kind of-
Savory. Do you really think he's not going to be casual about it?
You know, after all this time, I figured he would have at least some form of surprise. I can't wait to reunite with him. He's got a lot. He sounds like he has a lot of stories to tell us.
Well, regardless, we know he's okay. And that's what I wanted to make sure of. So, seeing as we now know that at least the people that haven't started transforming remember what happened, do you guys think we should start cutting at least those people out of the pods?
I was thinking about that. We have a squad of soldiers, and don't know what's going on with the orcs or with Nin or the Eye. Maybe we should keep going and leave the pods to them?
Cassius has begun to wander up to your group at this point, and you hear him go, I agree. I'm going to divvy up my soldiers. Now that we know that these people are not in big danger, I'm going to have half of them stay and start freeing who they can, and the rest of us are going to continue if we can.
Yes, that's a good idea, I think.
So, I assume you all wish to move forward then?
I'll pick Lily back
Yes.
up and then I will.
Give Lily uppies. Athletics check, advantage. Athletics check for uppies.
21.
Oh my gosh!
Uppies.
Uppies!
Alright. So.
Can this just be the thing where everyone just carries me?
The group
Not
is eventually
everyone
gonna
will.
get like the who's the kid from Game of Thrones? Like the Bran or Bronn saddle
Yeah.
for Hodor.
Oh, Braun, yeah.
Well,
Wait, so does that mean Lily has no emotions afterwards? Man, that stinks.
Also, don't forget you guys do have dogs that Lily can ride.
I don't think they came down the cliff face.
I figured Flint would, would just keep them above ground.
Okay.
I don't care if there are dogs with us or not. This is fun.
So Cassius calls out a few orders to his soldiers, and you can see they begin to separate, and half of them remain with you guys. And he kind of turns to the rest of you. All right, let's continue. You all begin to move back towards the end of this chamber, and you can see this chamber goes on for a while, and it becomes more and more abundantly clear to you all as you continue how many people reside in this cavern, in these pods. Give me 1 second. I'm going to... Yeah. I like that. As you guys move forward and begin to reach the end of this cavern, you can see that the back wall, it looks like there are a few large paths. One that goes straight, one that goes to the left, and one that goes to the right. None of them you can see where they go down to, as they all sort of diverge. But they are
Survival?
are
Go ahead.
larger tunnels. Like, you could probably, each tunnel, the entranceway is probably about 15 feet across.
And how many tunnels did you say there were?
3. One that goes off to the left, one that goes off to the right, and one that goes straight.
Can I roll a survival check?
I think Sarah wanted to do that as well.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask too.
Yeah. Whoever wants to roll a survival check, you can. I'll say one of you do it with advantage.
Who has the higher survival out of the two of us?
I got an 8.
I got a 6, so you've got the higher.
Okay. With advantage. Natural 20.
And you said,
I'm going
okay,
to...
I'm not even gonna bother.
Your one dice kind of fucked the other. That was going to be 2 natural 20s.
That would have been amazing.
It would have been. Okay. Looking down at the ground, you can see that there's been a lot of foot traffic through this area. A lot. Some of it looks older than others. Some of it looks very recent. And some of it looks like it may have been within the past few minutes. You begin to sort of comb your way through the footsteps or the footprints, and you can see that a lot of it was orcs, or at least orcish footy prints. And you can see with the natural 20, there's one set of footprints that seems a bit more reptilian in nature, and it goes off to the left.
These
You
are
can
they
see
small?
they are quite small, yes. And you can see a bit further down the path, you try to follow it a little bit, and you see that it eventually fades away as the mud kind of gives out. The mud, quote unquote.
Man went this way, to the left. Is there any reason to hesitate?
No. Let's go. He sort of turns to the rest of the soldiers in the group. The rest of you, stay here. Make sure we aren't followed.
Keep in mind, guys, we told Toru we would get his troops back.
I don't, frankly, see that being the case. They seem to be long gone at this point. But perhaps we can still catch Nin.
Whatever you think is best.
And by me, I have a serpent skin.
So, your group begins to funnel your way down this tunnel. What is the marching order here? Is it the same as before?
Yeah. That's it.
As far as I know.
Yeah.
We okay with that?
If anyone is more proficient in survival and tracking, but needs to keep a little safety, Rabban will offer, like himself as like a standing platform.
Well, Flit, I believe, has the highest survival and nature of our group. I'm, I think, second.
Okay.
Corey also probably has a high survival as well. I wouldn't be able to know without looking at her sheet.
Yeah, she's tied with me.
So we'll say Rovan and Flit are taking the lead. Cedric, God damn it, I did it again. Cassius sort of lags behind you both a little bit, sort of giving you your space. Both of you go ahead and make me perception checks. Flat.
So, okay. $26?
Rovan? Rovan?
My apologies. Here.
You're good.
Tried to click on the button and it would not work.
It do be like that sometimes.
Alrighty. Just a flat perception, correct?
Yes.
Will you work now?
There it goes.
Hey! Aw.
7. Rovan, it's a bit hard to hear things kind of going down through the clank of your armor and sort of the gathered movement of everyone else in your party. Flit, you're able to sort of hone in and listen to things further off down the tunnel. You all continue for what seems like a long time, maybe about half an hour. And Flit, as you are listening, you can hear what sounds like groaning and heavy breathing. With 26, you can tell that sounds like someone is in pain.
Someone injured maybe? Up ahead. Trying to decide if I want to cast something.
I'm a patient guy.
I got the slots for it.
Got the slots for it.
What you casting?
Pass without trace. All right.
Yes.
At that point, I'll go ahead and ask for a group stealth check.
Alrighty.
Oh
Do I put a
boy.
boost on due to the boots?
Oh, Cassius, you shouldn't have given up those boots, man. Nat 1.
Alright.
Oh boy.
Even with that,
Oh.
he still has like 20 plus.
Alright.
Should I put advantage on since I have boots now?
23.
Yes, roll with advantage there.
Alright.
That's
Stealth.
2 23s.
Fuck!
Nat 20!
Lily with the 38.
28.
we get
Wait, Lily, what kind of armor are you wearing?
It cancels it out because I have the, Oh, I thought I had something that canceled it.
Do you?
What? I can't remember.
What kind of armor are you wearing?
Studded leather.
Oh, then never mind. You're fine.
Yeah, you're golden.
Rovan has medium armor.
And natural 20, baby.
God.
so the
Look
lowest
at the
among our
two
par-
beefies.
so the lowest among our party was a 22.
Yep. I'm trying to calculate what Cassius's is. I think it's. God, I think it's like 25, 26, something like that. I don't fucking remember. I'm not looking at a sheet right now. I just remember he has, he's proficient in stealth, and he has a high dex, a very high dex.
The tanks have entered stealth mode.
Yeah, no shit.
We sneaky.
Yeah.
I mean,
We went from cheeky breaky to sneaky beaky.
I also just realized the lily is still on my shoulders.
A whole new world.
Lily,
And like
Lily's,
that.
Lily's just there. You're there, and you're just like, all right, Lily, just be silent as possible. Lily is just sitting on your shoulders, wearing the boots, just like, okay.
Lily just for a second like ducks behind Sarah. They can't see me.
Alright.
Cheeky breaky, cheeky breaky, cheeky breaky.
You all begin to stealthily move forward, which seems quite difficult on the surface as the tunnel you're in echoes very deeply. But despite that, you all are able to move very, very quietly. And as you all move forward, you can all begin to pick up what sounds like strained grunts, pained expressions. Eventually, you all come to what looks like an end of the tunnel, and what appears to be a cave-in of some sort. And at the base of this cave-in, pinned by her legs, is Nin. Seemingly trying to get some sort of grip on these stones that have pinned her to try to force her way out, but to no luck. And more importantly, about 10 feet from her, seemingly having fallen out of her grasp, the Eye, laying on the floor.
Okay.
Okay. I do have to say something.
Yeah.
Ravan's looking at the party and says, "Go for the Eye. I'm killing her now."
Ravon, no. Ravon, no.
That would be too easy.
That's way too easy.
Hold on. Can Ravan use Divine Sense from his distance?
I would say you can, yeah. Do you cast Divine Sense?
Just yes, because I want to make sure that I'm not jumping headfirst into a dumb decision.
Okay. Cast Divine Sense. You wait. You get nothing.
Nothing on this sense.
Ravon, killing her now would be too easy.
No.
And I'm sorry, but this bitch ordered my torture. I think I deserve to have a little fun.
Or
Ravan will actually look at Sarah and he will say, "No."
Can
You
I
kill-
use one of my fighter abilities?
Hold on. J Frost was talking.
Oh, sorry.
You're okay.
He'll look. It's okay, River. He's looking Sarah dead in the eyes, and there's not a hint of remorse, not a hint of glee. There is just absolute, it's stone cold determination in his face. Like, any form of joy is gone. And he looks at Sarah and says, "Torture now against her is useless.
Oh, what?
This is a straight kill. We've allowed her multiple times to be able to escape. There is no form that we can. It's either kill or we fail, and she can get away."
Can I confirm something really quick? Also, sorry, River was first after.
Yes,
Jeffros.
River, you want to use the fighter ability? What would you like to use?
I don't. It
I like to
doesn't
use
really-
Action Surge.
Oh. I want to use Know Your Enemy.
Okay. It takes a minute, so it will take, well, a minute as you guys
Figure
decide
while
what to do.
they are talking, I can be studying.
Yeah, and while you're doing that, you can figure out what you want to learn as well.
Yes.
Okay. Cool.
Alright, so I have an idea to confirm that that's actually Nin, because that feels way too easy. I could try and send her a message acting like it's sending, and try and lie, saying where we are.
One shot. Ravan's looking at Corbin. One shot. if this is messed up.
Here's my train of thought on this. If this is Nin, we could let her work and continue to clear out this cavern, since she's doing this by herself. Then we send Sarah get the eye. Once she has the eye, it comes back to us. Then we can take out Nin.
I'd rather have her corpse first, then the eye.
Ravan, use your head.
I am, and because of that.
You are blinded right now. Listen.
As you guys are talking, you hear Nin all of a sudden go, "Huh? Who's there?"
Was that us? Can I roll an insight to see if she heard us?
Yes. Go for it.
Yeah, I want
Yeah,
to as
same
well.
here.
Roll insight.
Hold on.
And I should mention, this is still a tunnel, by the way. This is not a chamber.
Yeah.
13.
22.
19.
Anyone who got, I'll say you all got it. You all get the impression that she might have heard you at least a little bit. Those with higher perceptions or higher insights, you don't think she's on to you, but she does seem to be a bit more frantic now, trying to free herself.
End my argument with this. What's better, killing her now or killing her as she's freaking out with nowhere else to go? That desperation.
We do this now.
Sorry?
Oh, sorry. My apologies. My freaking mic's not picking up. Ravan's just immediately leveling his spear here at her. Not for throwing, but channeling something, and he says, "We hurry this up now."
Sarah's going to grab, like, the end of the spear. I'm sorry, I don't care what you guys think. I think I deserve this for the hell she put me through.
Do it now.
No. I'm not gonna. Shh. Let me do my thing. And I'm gonna send off a message. I'm gonna use message.
Doing the
But
message.
yes, and I'm gonna try and do it within 25 words or less. So
Well, message is just one sentence.
I understand that, but I'm trying to make this message sound like it's sending. So I guess I'm trying to deceive her using message.
Sorry, 1 second.
Sorry.
No, you're good. Alright, what are you sending in the message? Or are you just seeing if the spell works?
He's going to say, run, run, run wherever you can. The shattered sun can't hide you forever, or something like that.
You send off that message, and you can see she... And with one final tug, her legs pop out from under there. And then you see as she tries to stand, but her legs quickly buckle and give out under her. Fuck. Lily, your know your enemy finishes. What would you like to know?
I want to know her current HP and her Constitution score.
Her current HP. Give me 1 second.
And my current HP is 53.
Okay, I forgot it's supposed to be higher or lower. Compared to your current HP is 53,
Yes.
it would be lower.
Okay, and my constitution is 14.
14. Her con is higher.
Okay. And I kind of I lean down and whisper in Sarah's ear because I'm presuming I'm still on her back. I can tell you her HP, it's lower than mine right now, and I'm pretty well off, but she could be hurt. It may be her only chance.
You guys
So
with
it's like-
higher perceptions would be able to tell that she is quite battered and bruised, bleeding in a few spots. Those of you who could see it could probably put together that the cave-in might have messed her up significantly.
Okay. As soon as Sarah hears what Lily says, she's going to draw her short bow as quietly as possible. And using her... let me get my sheet up. Using her steady aim action,
Mm-hmm.
with an acid arrow, she is going to fire at Nind.
Okay, flat
Raban
roll.
will follow suit with a guiding bolt.
Okay, flat roll from both of you as they are ranged attacks and she's currently prone.
Actually, steady aim gives me advantage.
Yes, and you would normally have disadvantage because you are aiming at a prone creature with a ranged weapon, so it would be a flat roll.
Oh,
So flat
right.
roll from you, disadvantage for Ravan.
oh. shit.
Okay.
My God.
Hey, Ravan, have you been added to the friendly fire counter yet?
Yes.
Okay. Cool.
No, actually, I've not.
Oh,
Yes,
have you not? Oh, good. Today's your lucky day.
They're on the list. I'm just saying.
All right. Well, first let me roll that guiding bolt.
I'm not up front, am I?
You're number 2.
Okay.
No, I meant like in front.
No.
I love Vicky's
Okay.
immediate reaction.
Okay. Here we go. So,
God damn it,
Ravan,
guys.
You get ready to cast Guiding Bolt. You're not fucking around, and then all of a sudden you feel something hit your back. Sarah, roll me your damage and then your sneak attack.
You know, I had an idea. I had a plan.
Okay.
I had a plan.
All right.
Start. There
I
is. I do have a question to ask.
Okay.
I know I'm getting hit with this, and I'll take it. But can I immediately go for a freaking? Would it be possible to? I know the guiding bolt will miss, but am I able to at least book it hard to go for that eye?
May I as well, since they... Well, I was actually going to ask if I could do that as they were firing.
I will use my action to dash if I can.
I'm going to say no as you spent your action doing Guiding Bolt. I will allow Corvin to do it. Sarah, I also need you to roll me 4d4 for the acid damage.
All right.
Oh boy.
Wait,
Gonna-
Corbin was also close to me, right?
You're all kind of gathered up, yeah.
All right. Just giving a heads up right now. Joe? You have an extra 10 feet of movement because of Aura of Alacrity.
That's why I was asking if I could dash. Also, what reason why I wanted Sarah to go in, since she had an advantage.
Alright, so Ravan, you take 26 points of damage as the as the bolt hits you, or the arrow hits you, and you feel the acid begin to sink into your back. More on that in a minute.
Can I also do something?
Yes, please.
Seeing as all this is about to go south, I want to cast I was trying to say that I prepared this, but you guys kind of acted beforehand. I wanted to cast this on her.
Bramble scramble. Okay. So,
And she's already prone.
Rovan, you can't help it. You let out this pained groan, maybe even a bit of a yell as the acid bites into your skin. Nin kind of shoots up. What? And before she can even do anything, she has to roll her save. Okay, actually, you know what? I'm gonna give her disadvantage because she's prone. And I'm
she's got a
glad I
busted
did.
leg.
What's that?
She got a busted leg, too.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
Even with that, that's still quite a high roll. Your DC is 16. On disadvantage, she rolled a 17 on the die.
Wow.
So she sees the brambles begin to come up and slowly begin to ensnare her, and then she, with all her might, just pushes herself out of the way into the wall. But she kind of just lays there, struggling. Corvin, you dash and you quickly grab the eye.
And yeah, he was gonna try and did it take my full action to dash towards the eye?
Yeah, it would have taken you have 40 feet of movement because the aura of alacrity?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, then I'm gonna say you would have needed the dash action to get the last 10 feet to it. But
Okay.
you watch as you stop and you grab it, and you all didn't notice this at first, but Corvin, you see as he walks past you, Cassius, who just walks straight past you, walks over to her, and just grabs her by the throat. Just pins her to the wall.
Rovan start moving down while basically getting burning acid butt.
Yes, I need that extra 2d4 for the acid.
Just roll it on myself.
I need Sarah to roll it.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Sorry,
This will
I
be
was
the last
looking
bit of
at-
damage you take from it.
No problem. And I took in total how much?
Including that 5 you just took, it would be 31 total.
Oh, that is funny. I'll take that.
Are
yeah.
you the funny sex number now?
No, I'm back to what I was
Before the short rest?
fight. Pre-short rest. So, Ravan's going down, and he's got yeah, screw it. He's got Babushka. He's basically going up to meet with Cassius, so that way he can go and perform a Hassan chop.
Okay.
Uh,
As you
fucking fucking it out of there.
As you move up and you prepare to swing, you see Cassius with this pained expression. He almost like, he grits his teeth and he almost growls. And then you watch as he just kind of drops Nin to the floor. She kind of presses her back into the wall a bit more, and he just crouches down in front of her. I want to understand. I really do. Was it worth it? I'm gonna make a roll for Nin. And you watch as she kind of hesitantly, she pauses, she hesitates, and then she sort of regains her composure. Absolutely. And you watch as he goes, then I am truly sorry. And you watch as he plunges a dagger into her throat. Blood begins to drip from her throat onto the cavern floor. He slowly pulls it out. She begins to just kind of sits there, kind of holding her throat. Cassius stands up, bloody dagger in hand, turns to the rest of you. She's only got the few moments. Do what you wish. And he kind of flicks the dagger, the blood off the dagger onto the cavern floor, and walks back over to Corvin.
Yeah, Corbin's. The moment the eye's in his hands, he's just Zoidberg running back to the frickin' where the party was. He has no frickin' business with Nin.
Yeah. Nin, still alive, bleeding out on the floor.
Sarah?
This is so overkill, but I don't care. I'm doing it.
Wait, Sarah.
What?
Ravon hands you the spear.
Remind me what the spear has on it?
Lightning?
Okay. That works. That makes this even better. Sarah's taking the spear and walking up to Nin. I so hope it was worth it, you heartless fucking bitch. And she is going to cast Searing Smite on the spear and plunge it right into Nin's stomach.
How are you casting Searing Smite?
It's a ranger
What do you
spell.
mean?
Is
It's
a
Searing
ranger
Smite a ranger spell? Are you serious?
Yep.
It was one
Yes.
of Natasha's things.
Yep.
What the fuck?
Yeah, Ranger's got some good stuff.
That's
yeah.
weird. All right, fair enough. Fair enough.
I mean, I'm down for it.
Ooh, what do I roll to use the spear?
Don't bother.
Probably.
Oh, okay.
You
Okay.
kind of just jam it into her chest, and you can see she kind of coughs up more blood onto your face. She still kind of holding her throat, and she looks at you, and with her dying breath goes, "For what it's worth, I'm sorry." And then you see the light fade from her eyes. Her hand falls to the floor.
Wait, what was her last moment? My headset literally died as you said that.
For what it's worth, I'm sorry. And then Kynereth passes away.
This might be going a little bit overboard, but if it's possible, I'd like to harvest like a tooth or a claw from her.
Make me a survival check.
13?
I'm going to say you try, but you end up kind of breaking it in the process, and so you go, oh shit, maybe I shouldn't. Unless you want the semi-broken tooth.
If it's all that I can get, I'll take it.
Okay.
Because personally, I see this as not a trophy for Sarah, but a sign that she can overcome anything thrown at her.
Okay. You get the broken piece of tooth. It's essentially like the bottom half, or the, I guess, would it be bottom half? The bottom half of one of her fangs, quote unquote.
Sweet, I'm gonna make that into a choker later.
Alright, you fucking psycho.
I grow up so fast.
Cassius walks up to you, Corvin. Is it secure? Is it safe?
He's putting it into his like the inner pocket of his coat. As best as I can do. As best as I can.
And you see he sort of, as he sighs, kind of rubs his hand across his face, and you can see he smears like a bunch of blood across his face, and he looks down at his hand and he goes, "What the fucking day?"
Prestidigitation that.
Thank you.
And that's his face and hand are completely clean.
Kind of nods.
Hey, Tart.
Yes.
If you don't mind, Ruban's grabbing Nin's dead body.
Okay.
Couple
Pick up
things that need to be done.
You pick up Nin's dead body. Unless you decide to, like, bandage the wound or something beforehand, blood just begins to pour all over your armor and body, all over your acid wounds.
It's fine by me.
Okay.
He's gonna take the dead body and he's just gonna silently walk up to the party and say, "Are we good?"
What are you gonna do with the body, Ramon?
Ensure that she doesn't come back.
Ravon, as you
Yes.
pick up her body, you see a small little pouch fall to the floor. Must have been something that was looped to her belt or something. It's very small, maybe enough for a few coins. Like a very small, like, coin pouch. But there's no substance to it when it hits the floor.
Picks it up. And he's gonna take a deep breath and see what's inside.
You open it up, and you see a note. One that has a bit of blood on it. That's all that's in the bag. No, I lied. There's that, and next to it, a little token with the Hellfire Assembly logo on it.
Definitely be inspecting that note. And what is the token? Just like get visually.
It just seems to be a simple iron coin, and imprinted on both sides is the sigil of the Hellfire Assembly.
He will hand off the token to Sarah, but he will also take the note and read it.
Okay.
In private, quietly.
Okay. I don't have it on hand. If you're going to read it privately, I'm going to send it to you later when I grab it again.
By all means.
I thought I
How
had
big
it.
did you-
I thought I had it. I think, truth be told, I think I might have deleted it, and that is upsetting.
Oh no!
I either accidentally deleted it or it's in the wrong folder, so I have to find it. But I will send that to you later.
Hey, no prob.
Tart, how big did you say the Hellfire Assembly token is?
It's just the size of a coin, like a gold coin.
Okay.
It's made of iron, but it's the size of a standard gold coin.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. It's a token. It's like a poker chip size.
It's an evil Chuck E. Cheese token.
Yes. So, now that all's said and done, what do you guys want to do?
Get the fuck out of here.
Okay. Fair
Yeah.
enough.
Recoup. Should we make an attempt for any orcs like to look around.
I'm gonna tell you above game. Don't bother. They're
Oh
long
no.
gone. They are long gone.
Okay.
No, still taking.
Like I appreciate you guys' like I appreciate your enthusiasm to want to pursue these orcs, but I would feel bad having you guys do like all that searching to find nothing. So I'm just gonna tell you right now, don't bother.
I honestly don't even remember why we told Toru we would bring his orcs back anyways.
I mean, he'll get some orcs, just not the ones he started off with.
There was
These are
a bit of a parlay going in exchange for his orcs. But I'll tell you guys right now, if you were to go, you know what, fuck it, I'll narrate it in game. You guys, seeing that there's a cave in here, you begin to move down the other 2 tunnels, and you find that they also have been sealed off in some sort of cave-in.
We can just blame it on Nin. Just saying.
Kinda.
But eventually, you all cut your losses, and you head back. You can see that as you exit back into that large chamber with the pods on the walls, you see that a lot more people have started being cut out. A lot of people are being cared for. You can see that no fights have occurred, even with these fully orcish characters that have now emerged from these pods. You can see families slowly beginning to have these reunions as they are released from their individual pods. You all move through it. And then you all head back. What's up?
Were the pods contained to this room, or did they continue down the tunnel?
It seems to just be this chamber, but there's a lot in this chamber.
Okay, thank you.
Just looking at it, you can tell that even with the amount of guards currently down here, it's gonna take some time. There probably is gonna be like shifts coming in to let these people out, and then, or to let these soldiers out, and then more coming down to sort of take their place. But you all make your way out of the underground area. And Cedric, I did it again! Fucking goddamn it! I did it again! It's just been the past 2 sessions.
You might need a post-it note or something like that.
I might. You know, the worst part is that I'm looking at his name right now. I'm looking at Cassius's name.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No,
I
it's
love
alright.
you, Sart.
It's alright. Regardless.
You need a nap.
Fucking, I do. But Cassius looks to you all. He says, so, what happens next? And that is where we're going to wrap tonight.
Yay!
Yay!
Hey, happy ending.
Hooray!
Happy and quotation marks. I'll settle for successful.
Yes.
Listen.
Vindication.
Retribution was had. I call it a happy ending.
Now,
Yeah.
I do want to know, because it probably won't be covered next session, what do you guys decide to do with Nin's body?
Whatever the hell.
I'm gonna be honest, I have a very thought-out plan on ensuring there is no recovery of her.
Okay. If you want to send it to me later as to your idea, I can sort of narrate that into the start of next session.
Okay, it's
Just
not terrible, but it's just you need to be effective.
Yeah.
we're not gonna do anything unscrupulous to the body, are we?
I wouldn't say wait, unscrupulous. Give me a second. My brain's kind of fried at the moment. I'm trying to think of what that means.
You're not gonna, like, fucking spread her organs out to feed the birds, right?
Oh dear God, no.
Okay.
No. I wouldn't even feed any of this traitorous filth to any animal.
I assume it's gonna be like cremation Viking funeral.
She doesn't deserve it.
That's a part of it. There's other
I
parts.
Girl, she deserves to go to the frozen pits of hell where she belongs.
Again, here, I'll start typing it up. In the meantime, go for whatever needs to be done.
Okay. But thank you all so much for joining us tonight. Let's see. Who do we start with? Sarah. We'll start with you. Where can people find you?
Tart.
I think she's still gone.
All right, she's still gone. She BRB'd right as I was trying to rap. So, all right. Then in that case, River, where can people find you?
Hi, I'm River. You can find me at twitch.tv/wickedriver97. I am loud and obnoxious. I stream every morning, bright and early.
One of those things is true.
You must not know me because I may not be as loud as J Frost, but I can be pretty loud.
Oof.
But tomorrow will be a short stream, and then I will not be streaming Wednesday. But you can find me tomorrow night for some D&D from my Cursor Strahd game. So please
Yes.
hop on by and say hello.
Yes. Yes. Cursor Strahd. Cursor Strahd. Anyways. All right.
I'm gonna pass it over to J Frost, who I insult so lovingly.
Aw, don't worry, I'll blow out the eardrums later.
You probably will.
Hi, JFrost747 here. You can find me at twitch.tv/JFrost747, where tomorrow, Curses Strahd, baby. Gonna die.
Hell yeah.
Gonna. And other than that, Wednesday, probably do some Rising Storm 2 Vietnam.
Hell yeah.
Because we're going back into the war.
Wow.
The war. Other than that, Fridays are just hodgepodge gaming with a few of the mates. But other than that, nothing much. Joe.
I'm just saying, most because this is a fact. I'm louder than the both of y'all. So the only reason why I'm so soft-spoken is because I have people in the house. You can't really find me anywhere. Just love yourself, love each other, get plenty of rest, and yeah, that's about it.
Okay. Who next? You pick.
Sarah, you're back?
Yes, I am.
All right. Just go ahead and take this ticking time bomb, and I'll be over here.
What? No, hot potato.
No, I'm all the way over here.
He's Zoidberged away.
They can find me at twitch.tv/wolfstalker16, where I will be continuing Mortal Kombat probably tomorrow night. I started going through the story mode so that I can kind of train myself and eventually kick Hartley Reaper's ass at it. Otherwise, I am very, very nearly to affiliate. I still just need the average viewer count, and I'm sitting at, I think, 2.5 average viewers right now. So I'm still working hard to get to that. Other than that, that is all I have. Who has not gone yet? Is it just CG?
CG.
Okay. CG.
Oh, wow, a bomb. Here, let me hold on to it for a bit.
Ooh, pretty.
I am the CG. You can find me nowhere because I'm not much for social media, but you can find me here tomorrow for the Curse of Strahd, wherein, our resident tiefling is going to have a chat with a celestial after doing something that probably he shouldn't have done.
He's literally going to walk up to the fucking homie and be like, "Hey, you like heresy, my guy?"
Which he literally did.
Hey, that was during dinner. I am a changed man.
You went up to a celestial and said, "Hey, you want to come at heresy, bruh?"
Well, considering what we found out.
You're such a dick. You shit talk a celestial, You fucking traumatized kids.
Oh, fuck off! Those kids knew what they were doing.
You're a dickhead.
Yes,
And you're
surviving.
dead.
Yeah. Well,
Doing
yeah,
what most
bruh.
people can't do in Barovia. Surviving.
Yes,
Well-
I'm sure that all of these things that Dagon has done has in no way had any lasting consequences at all.
Well,
Scribbled in
sorry.
DM notes.
Well, sorry
Careful,
for being
CG.
a statistic, bruh.
But yeah, Chris Estrada tomorrow. I'm excited for Wednesday for CG's personal life because I'm going to go for my first session of therapy. Yes.
Woo!
Yeah, therapy.
Other than that, it's about all I've got. So, hey, DM, what do I do with this bomb?
Here, allow me. And you all watch me as I unhinge my jaw and shove it down my throat like a snake.
Or like the
What are
doors
we
from
shoving down our
Super
throats?
Mario 2.
The bomb.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you do that.
Yep. It's raspberry flavored, funny enough. But hello, you can find me here at twitch.tv/fartingtart, obviously, where tomorrow is Curse Straw night again. Curse Straw. But then also later this week we are going to be continuing Like a Dragon, which
Yeah.
I am having a good time with so far. I don't think I have anything else. I love you. Smile. But we're gonna raid someone a little special tonight because we don't get. They are currently live, and we don't get many chances to raid them. And it doesn't seem like Charles Vados is live, so this seems like the perfect opportunity. We're gonna raid Zacko Duo.
Yes.
Spot.
I shouted him out. God damn it.
It's just one after another.
Ah.
Okay, buddy. It's
But we're gonna raid
okay.
Zacko Duo. Go show him some love. Let him know who sent you. Fun fact. Hey, guess what? Next week, the big 5-0, episode 50 of War of the Shattered Sun.
Oh, fuck, it has been 50 episodes.
It's been 50 episodes, and I'm excited for what comes next. But remember, Black Lives Matter, Trans Lives Matter, Asian Lives Matter, and most importantly, you matter. I love you all, and we'll see you all next week. Bye-bye!
Bye.
Yo.